The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Saturday Night at the Races, The Next Generation. Saturday Night at the Races is presented by the Galbraith Equine Center at the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center and sponsored by Dublin.
We're up, Jay. Oh, 1 second. All right. Jay Wolf. I'm here with Jay Wolf, Matt Clark, Northfield Park. Sorry for playing the wrong open. I thought I had everything lined up Saturday night. I know.
I'll guarantee you, though, we will end up in Saturday night.
You're right. Wasn't a mistake at all.
Good evening and welcome from the clubhouse here at MGM Northfield Park. Jay Wolf, Matt Clark, bringing you all the action of the 20-race Summit County Fair Stakes. Race number 1 is the Signature Series Trot. The bugle has been played. So let's go to the post parade and Kenny Levengood.
The horses head out to the track for the first of 20. This one is for Signature Series Trotters for $6,000. Scratch the 4 Forky and the 8 Eddie L. Number 1 is Global Girl, owned and trained by Sue Stockwell, Don Irvine Jr. piloting. 2 Awesome Sarah, Elliot Deaton aboard, owner-trainer Deborah DeWolf. 3 of Royal Lines, owned by the Oldford Racing, trained by Terry Dieters. Steve Oldford calls the shots. The number 4 Forky is scratched. 5 Candy Sweet, Corey Kreiser drives and trains for Amir Najer. Rebecca Sugg, Watson Harness Racing, Mary Stuckey, co-owned number 6, Admiral All-Star, Eddie Miller trains, Ryan Stahl on the bike. Chris Lebens drives the 7 Black Hawk Down, owner-trainer Marion Chupp.
That was your post parade for the first race. The Signature Series Trot. Number 1 is Global Girl. Don Irvine Jr. will drive for Stu Stockwell, the owner and the trainer. 4-year-old mare out of Global Republic S. 1 win and 8 starts. That win was the last time out at Painesville in this Signature Series. Number 2 is Awesome Sarah. Deborah DeWolf trains and owns. Elliot Deaton will make the shots. Last race was a 5th place finish in the Signature Series at Bucyrus on July 18th. Number 3 is A Royal Line. Terry Dieter trains for Oldford Racing and Steve Oldford. This one is 0 for 11 on the season, was 5th last time out at Scioto Downs on the 11th of July. Number 4 was Forky. He has been scratched sick. Number 5 is Candy Sweet. Corey Kreiser is the trainer and the driver for Amir Najor from West Bloomfield, Michigan. 7 wins and 24 seasonal starts. Last time out was a win right here at Northfield Park in a non-winners of 6,500 last 5. Number 6 is Admiral All-Star. Eddie Miller will train for Rebecca Sugg and Watson Harness and Mary Stuckey of Polk, Tiffin, Ohio. Ryan Stahl will make all the decisions. 0 for 11 on the season. Last time out was a 4th place finish over this Northfield Park surface. Number 7 is Black Hawk Down. Marion Chupp trains and owns. Chris Lems will drive. 3 of 21 on the season. Last time out, 6th place finish here at Northfield Park in the non-winners of 5,000 last 4. Number 8 has been withdrawn, Eddie L, due to an injury. And from the second tier, Larry Fiari will drive over 6. He also trains and owns for Keisha Fieri of Macedonia, Ohio. 0 for 4 on the year. 20 race card. We start here at 5 o'clock, and hopefully before the strike of midnight, we will wrap this action up. Programs are available on harnessracingohio.com. I verified that yesterday. And this is one of 3 fairs fair programs in which you can wager on. Montgomery County is raced at Miami Valley Raceway. The Delaware County Fair has simulcast wagering in the Summit County Fair here at Northfield Park. So Get your online wagering accounts ready and make sure you're loaded up for a action-packed card of 20 races tonight.
A lot of opportunities.
A lot of opportunities. As we mentioned when we did the rundown of the post parade, number 4, Forky, has been withdrawn sick, and number 8, Eddie L, due to an injury. We'd like to remind everyone that you can go out there on Facebook and make some comments, and we have everything set up, so hopefully we can look at a few of those. We'd like to say hi to our friends watching from Michigan and from campgrounds in Florida and Canton. And, well, wait a minute, from Canton, they should be up here watching live, right? It's not a very far drive from Canton, but Deland, Florida, Spring Garden Ranch area, Orient, Texas, Circleville, Scott, Ohio, and Western Central Ontario. So thank you one and all for watching. We're 0 minutes to post here for the Signature Series Trot. We don't get to see too much of Mr. Clark on this side of the camera, so this is a great treat. This is a great treat.
Filling in for a vacationing Frank Fraz.
We would like to apologize. It looks a little dark right now. We look like silhouettes, but once the sun goes down, we have lights set up, so you'll get to see what Mr. Clark looks like up close and personal.
This was the alternative to sitting in the old studio, which is a 8x8 room with no windows. You would have no idea that you're even at a racetrack other than they have the races on behind you.
So that was my request, and I want to thank you publicly. We've done the Super Night from there. We've done the Milstein Night from the cave, but it's nice. It's a cavernous clubhouse right now, but at least we get to see sunlight.
Yeah,
we know
we
there's
can
actually
watch
horses.
The races. Yeah, it's great.
They could be videotaping races and showing it to us, and we would just go along with it because we can't see anything with one door, no windows. Electric equipment from the 1970s.
Yep, and it stays a pretty balmy 95 degrees in there with the studio lights in there that are probably the original model.
So should we shame her right now? We had promises from one Amy Haller that she was going to join us for the first couple of races, but we have yet to see her.
Mm-hmm. I was
so
told
if you know
multiple
where Amy
times
is,
yesterday.
So if you know where Amy is, tell her there's an APB out for her. We're not hard to find here in the clubhouse. Your betting choice number 5 at even money is the Corey Kreiser trained and driven Candy Sweet. This one has won 2 of the last 3 starts, both of them here at Northfield Park, and the bouncing back and forth from the non-winners of 6,500 to 8,000. Obviously likes the 6,500 class because has won 2 straight races in that class, 30 wins and 155 career starts for the 7-year-old mare out of Team 6. Your 6 to 5 second choice is Global Girl, Don Irvine Jr., the young 73-year-old. I noticed Don's got one in the first race and one in the 17th.
Oof.
He's got 1 or 2 in between, but that's going to be a long night for anybody. But this one went gate to wire last time out at Paynesville at the Lake County Fair. Gate to wire in 1:59-2 with Don Irvine in the bike that day. Broke a 7-race losing streak. Came over from the East Coast, had been racing at Yonkers, and obviously didn't have any problem with the Paynesville track there at Lake County. Starting gate is in motion, is in the first turn, and we'll pick up the field.
Call for the first of 20 Signature Series Trotters, $6,000 on the line there behind the gate. They're on gate. They're off there trotting. Candy Sweet gets the first call down the center, trying to cross over and clear Global Girl into the first turn. Black Hawk Down's on the go early on. He's up into the third spot. Awesome Sarah, she came out racing in fourth. Two better than a Royal Lion, who's fifth to the back stretch, then Admiral All-Star, and the trailer is over 6. To the midpoint of the backstretch they go. Global Girl with a give and go wants to lead away from Candy Sweet, so Don Irvine Jr. to the point with Global Girl. Candy Sweet back to second. Black Hawk Down third. Off an opening quarter in 27 and 4/5. Awesome Sarah races in the fourth position. A Royal Lion is fifth. Admiral All-Star second last, and over 6 can see them all. 9 lengths behind. Global Girl 3-5 favoritism shows the way over the even money second choice Candy Sweet, who's a length and a quarter behind. Black Hawk Down occupies the third spot in front of Awesome Sarah from fourth. 2 back to a Royal Line. Admiral All-Star still on hold while second last. The trailer over 6. No movement through a 56 and 2 half mile. Global Girl doing her own thing out front. She leads by now 2 on Candy Sweet, who's still second. Black Hawk Down remains parked at the rail from third. Awesome Sarah is fourth in a Royal Line. In front of Admiral All-Star and over 6 is the trailer. 3/8 of a mile left to go, and no one has given up any position at the rail as Global Girl's opened up 3. Candy Sweet trying to close back in, then Black Hawk Down. Awesome Sarah sent to the outside to try and grab that third spot. 3/4, 1:24 and 4. That's a 28 and 2 panel, and Global Girl is strong up front. She's built up 6. Candy Sweet is 5 clear of Black Hawk Down, who's third, then Awesome Sarah and Admiral All-Star. But Global Girl will hit the top of the stretch in complete command. Global Girl all alone for this final 8. There is no challengers, and she'll go back to back, 2 for 2 for the new barn. Global Girl wins wrapped up by a dozen. Candy Sweet second, Awesome Sarah third, 1:54 and 4.
Along for the ride.
Absolutely. Didn't have to do much. Only decision he had to make is decide when he wanted to retake the lead. At the beginning of the race, he let Candy Sweet lead briefly for about 1/8 of a mile, and Donnie Irvine, the Ohio Hall of Famer, says, "Not today, Mr. Kreiser." So grabbed the lead, and as they say at one time, if this was a fight, they would have stopped it.
Third quarter in 28 and 2, and looked effortless doing it. That was a good mile.
A good purchase by Sue Stockwell. Undefeated in the barn, 2 for 2. Pair of Signature Series wins, 4,500 in the bank. Not a bad week for Sue Stockwell and Don Irvine Jr. Unofficially, number 5, Candy Sweet, was second. And number 2, Awesome Sarah, rounded out the trifecta. If all the races are going to be like that, it's going to be a long night because it wasn't very exciting except for the first 1/8 of a mile.
Yeah.
We do have word from Amy Holler. Sorry, gentlemen, babysitting in dirty diapers at the moment.
Uh-huh. All right.
Is that?
I've got more headsets, Amy. Bring them up.
Denise Teeter says, trying to watch the races and the opening ceremonies of the Olympics.
I saw a little bit of that. I had a cheeseburger over in the casino before I came up here, and
what time did
quite a spectacle.
What time did it start?
I have no idea, but it was on when I was in there.
I believe Paris is 5 hours behind us, or ahead of us.
Back here to the winner's circle is number 1, Global Girl. She's owned and trained by Sue Stockwell and driven to victory by Don Irvine Jr. 4-year-old Bay Mare by Global Republic S. Out of Beauville, Atta Girl by Malabar Man. Bred by Bill Byler of Ohio, 16th lifetime win, second this season. She's now 2 for 2 in the Sue Stockwell barn. Global Girl, 1:54 and 4.
Don Irvine in the winner's circle with Terry Young. It's nice to see Terry, see her at a lot of fairs and get hugs from her. So wonder if she'll find her way up here to the clubhouse, and probably not, huh? So 1 down, 19 to go. We're 5% through the card.
We're in it now.
We're 5% into the card. So race number 2 is a 2-year-old colt in gelding pace, field of 7, no changes. We'll talk about all 7 after these messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
We're back.
We're back. 30 seconds sooner than we realized, but Dave Myrick responds, it's good to see Donnie Guns Irvine back at driving. I think it was at Bucyrus when Michael Carter, the track announcer, kept referencing his age, and I said, you better be careful. I remember the commercial a couple summers ago, Suns Out, Guns Out with Donnie Irvine. We have a fan from Ireland.
Ooh, nice.
They're getting ready for their big.
Yeah, what is it? The Delaney
Memorial.
Memorial.
It's coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks, I believe. Roger Houston from Jug and Meadows fame will go over for his annual announcing overseas.
I'd like to see that sometime.
Yeah, I would like to go over there as well. So I guess they moved it to Wales, right? It's not in Ireland. It's actually in Wales this year, or last couple of years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
I saw Wendy Ross and the USTA team is going over there.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get some good video from that.
I saw something on Facebook from Heather Wilder. She does like a whole trip,
yes,
right? I mean, like a week-long trip.
I know the Delaney family has contacted her, and she works on working with, I think she's got like 40-some people going over from
really?
United States. So, maybe the OHHA can up your travel budget a little bit, and maybe you could make that trip overseas.
I've tried to get into Roger's entourage,
well,
that's one way to do it, too.
That's true. Promise to drive him around, and
right.
maybe he'll pay your way. Yeah. Speaking of Roger in the Meadows, big weekend over there. I know their Arden Downs series is being raced tonight over there. Tomorrow are the eliminations for the Adios Pace. The Pace for the Orchids.
Eliminations?
Eliminations. Oh, I'm sorry. The final eliminations were last week. I'm a week behind. I'm thinking of the Hambletonian, which we'll talk a little bit, I'm sure, later on tonight. But the final, $350,000 final of the Adios is tomorrow. The eliminations are tomorrow for the Hambletonian Oaks and the Hambletonian. That's what I meant to say. So
I'll be paying close attention. I'm going to head out there for the final.
For the Hambletonian?
Yep. First time ever.
Have you ever been to the
not.
new Meadowlands racetrack? I wonder how many years it has to be before you stop using new, because it's been new for like 7 years, but it's the new Meadowlands racetrack. It's a neat facility. If you look into the top of the stretch, you look at downtown New York City and Manhattan.
Really?
Mm-hmm. All lit up at night. So.
Let's
Piketon? Oh, okay. Gold Sheet Bob. He's talking pretty loud if we can hear with our headsets on. Thought it was the announcer from Piketon, but I guess I was wrong. Speaking of which, Piketon is currently racing their second of 2 days. They started the first of 2 days. Y'all threw me all off with Saturday. Saturday night at the races. I'm like, okay, it's Saturday. First of 2 nights from Piketon is currently going on. 5 o'clock, I believe Ashley Daly is down there doing the work. So
Jeremy Moore and
Ashley Daly. So if you get tired of Matt Clark and I after 20 races, you can probably.
There's going to be a little time in between these ones here.
Exactly.
So, I wouldn't blame anyone for bouncing back and forth, I guess.
So they race again tomorrow at 12 noon, so they turn around and come right back at 12 noon at the Piketon Fair. Then Matt Clark moves his equipment over to Wood County to Bowling Green, Ohio for Sunday at 12 noon post time. They skip a day and come back Tuesday at 5 p.m. for the second of their 2-day meet. Also Sunday at post time at 1 o'clock is Eaton, Ohio, over at the Preble County Fair. We got our email from Susan Schroeder, who's sort of coordinating everything, and she sent a list of where everyone's going, and it's kind of amazing how many race dates and how many people are going, how many sets of equipment have to be transferred. So
this is the time of year it gets a little hectic.
At the beginning, I don't want to say it's easier, but, there's one fair and then a couple days off and another fair and a couple days off, but you're not getting much time off. You were at meetings in Columbus yesterday, Northfield tonight, Sunday back at Bowling Green, so you got tomorrow to rest up and mow the grass.
And a lot of other things to catch up on, really. Maybe some sleep.
Laundry and sleep.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything, though. I mean, as far as jobs go, this is a pretty good one. I mean, I get to go to the races almost every day.
You get paid to talk about horse racing.
Right,
That's what
exactly.
I said.
Hang out with Jay Wolf.
Yeah, right.
And other titans of industry.
Yeah, just think if Amy Holler was here.
I know.
Dirty diapers and babysitting. Enough of your personal problems. Get up here.
So if anyone has any pizza
pizza
suggestions, we're thinking maybe
at
around race
4:15 we're getting all prepped, and I said, we're not going to be able to eat tonight because we're going to be going straight through till midnight, and by the time we get done, everything is going to be closed. So Matt Clark, if you know any good pizza joints here in Northfield Park, and even if you want to surprise us, and we're at the clubhouse, there's 4 of us up here, and we're the 2 with headsets on. Scott Tarleton wants to know, Matt, are you going to put a camera on top of the bleachers in the infield at Bowling Green?
We are. We are going to attempt it. We did it last year, so.
I think I tried to convince you to do the whole races from the bleachers, but then you would have to hang over the edge of the bleachers when they come down the front stretch, right?
Yeah, it would be trying to do a 360 would be kind of a mess with cables and all that.
Yep.
Kind of get wrapped up. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. We have to run a cable to do that, but I think we're actually going to do that Saturday
obviously
evening.
Go over the track?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know at Delaware you can go under the track. That's one place at the Delaware County Fairgrounds I've never been. There is a conduit, manhole, if you will, that the cables run underneath the track, and I have yet to volunteer to crawl underneath the track on my belly to take the wire through.
That doesn't sound like a job for me either, Jay. I can't blame you there.
Patriot Indiana's checking in. Centerburg, Ohio. Getting ready for the Trojan Burger, right?
Is that where that is?
Well, it's at Hartford, isn't it? Hartford County Fair, but it's Centerville High School, I believe. We don't have a food report here. Snack bar hot dogs aren't much fun to talk about. But,
I did have a burger over in the Racino. It was pretty good. The buffet was open. I almost opted for the buffet. And then I saw that it's not Kosar's in there anymore.
Oh.
It's like a steak and seafood place now.
Bernie was sacked.
I guess. Yeah. Again.
God, we're not even the second race, and we're already going to our second-rate puns. Thank goodness we got bailed out by the bugle. Horses are coming to the track.
The horses hit the track for race number 2. This is for 2-year-old Colton Gelding's first division, $8,400. Started the early pick 4. 1, Ricky Merlot, owned by Ryan and Nicole Stahl. Ryan Stahl trains and drives. The 2 is the Onyx Dragon. Justin Irvine drives, trainer Gary Martin and owner Sue Stockwell. Elliott Deaton aboard the 3 Billion for trainer Corey DeArmond and owner David Kapp. 4 is Down by the Parade, owned and trained by Betty Clegg. Nick Clegg calls the shots. 5, Peanut Fear. Logan Ebersol drives for owner trainer Betty Clegg. 6, See I'm Hot, owned and trained by Tony Dale Holler, Luke Ebersol, and the bike. And the 7's Cleveland Top Rookie, owned by Donald Lark Jr., trimmed by Matt Burkholder. Chris Lems calls the shots.
That is your field for the second race, 2-year-old colt and gelding pace for the Summit County. Number 1 is Ricky Merlot. Ryan Stahl trains, co-owns, and drives with Nicole Stahl of Republic, Ohio. 0 for 2 on the season. Picked up checks both times with 4th and place finishes at Tiffin and Oak Harbor. Number 2 is the Onyx Dragon. Gary Martin trains, Sue Stockwell owns. Justin Irvine will drive this one. We could have an Irvine daily double, father-son, and Stu Stockwell could have a training daily double with this one. This one has been on the board all 3 starts this season, was 3rd last time out in the Buckeye Stallion Series right here at Northfield Park, timed in 1:56. Number 3 is Billion. Corey Darmond trains for David Kapp of Youngstown, Ohio. Elliott Deaton will drive, 0 for 2 on the season, has a qualifying mark of 1:57-1 at Northfield. Number 4 is Nick Clegg, driven Down by the Parade. Betty Clegg trains and co-owns, 7 of 9 on the season in $54,000. This one was a second place finisher in the Next Generation with Aaron Merriman in the bike that night. Has a mark of 2 minutes and 4/5 at Paulding, comes in off a 20-length romp at Paynesville. Number 5 is the stablemate Peanut Fear. Logan Ebersol will drive for Betty Clegg, owner-trainer. This one is 0 for 8 on the season. Was 5th coming down the stretch last time out at Paynesville. Took a bad step. Finished 5th, 36 3/4 lengths back, and 2:09-2. Number 6 is Tony Dale Holler, trained and owned. See, I'm Hot, named after Tony's mom, Amy. Luke Ebersol is the driver. This one is 0 for 4 in the season. Took a bad step at Hilliard and was distanced 5th. And rounding out the field of 7 is Cleveland Top Rookie. Matthew Burkholder will train for Donald Lark Jr. of Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Chris Lems will call the shots. Chris Lems will be driving 16 of 20 races tonight. He is currently tied for 6th in the Northfield driving standings. Betty Clegg will have the first of her 15 starters. Second busiest was Hank Levan, who will have 8 now. He had 9 and has been scratched down to 8. Obviously, those are the busiest one. Betty Clegg, 15 starters in the 20 races.
I figured it'd be a lot. I mean, they are stabled right here. I guess if you're going to ever race 15, you might as well do it at your home track.
You might as well do it at your home track.
Yeah.
That's right. Betting favorite is listed as the 4, but where I come from, 3 to 5 beats 2 to 1 any day. So Billion with Elliott Deaton, Corey Darmond. This one has a mark of 1:57-1 in a qualifier. Look at his first start was in the Sire Stakes at Scioto Downs, was 8th parked at the half, finished 5th, individually timed in 1:53-4 at 28-1.
Costly breakout here in that last one, but looks like loaded with talent. We actually featured him on Freshman Focus.
Freshman Focus.
Yep.
A couple things you very rarely see in the 4, Down by the Parade. Non-betting, bar, non-betting, and 16-1. So you either got him for a very good price or you couldn't bet him at all because he was barred.
I actually did have a few bucks on him that night at Scioto Downs to the Next Gen. I just couldn't not use them, at those odds. He drew good that night. And
if you remember, the Cleggs finished 2nd last year in the Next Generation with Janelle Granny.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
So.
Yeah, because Duncan's 4 now, right?
Yep, that's correct. So now the favorite is showed at 1 even money, so that is Billion. Onyx Dragon is also getting some play at 3.5-1. As we mentioned, this one is winless in 3 starts, but has a good two solid second place finishers, both at Scioto Downs. Fastest of those, the Fear the Dragon gelding, was timed in 1:55-2 with Eric Goodell in the bike. Picks up the services of Justin Irvine tonight. I don't know who Cleveland's top rookie was last year, and if they meant basketball or football, but number 7, Matthew Burkholder trainee, is 0 for 3 on the season. Has a pair of fifth place finishes, both in the Buckeye Stallion Series. So in this race, we got some dominant fair horses. We have a couple of starters in the Sire Stakes, including one that was timed in 53, and a couple of solid Buckeye Stallion Series. So we got a little melting pot here of Ohio racing.
Ryan Stahl's Ricky Merlot's kind of a good-looking horse out there on the track, but looks like he's still just kind of getting things figured out. And
that one's obviously special to Ryan and Nicole, as they bred that one as well. I don't think they breed a ton, so.
Yeah.
We don't have yearling prices in this program, so.
We do not. I do know Down by the Parade somehow only sold for $8,000, which amazes me.
The Cleggs always find a bargain.
Yep.
As we
He's made that in his last 4 starts, plus some.
I've already made 9 starts. 7 of those came back to the winner's circle. Had a 3rd place finish at Bucyrus. I probably jinxed him that day.
I think I did, because I was joking with Nick about not being able to bet on him, like 10 cents on the dollar at the county fair. And he said he could get beat. There's a nice colt in there. And then sure enough, he did.
That Rodeo Jet is ultra impressive.
Yeah.
The one that did beat him that day. There was no doubt about it wasn't a fluky thing that Rodeo Jet won that night. So field of 7 is slowly making its way around the Northfield Park turn, and they'll soon be on the backstretch, and we'll turn it up to Kenny Levingood. Just remind everyone they can download programs at harnessracingohio.com and follow along. We have a lot more scratches than drivers' changes, which is probably pretty unusual since most of the county fairs there's drivers' change on top of drivers' change, but only a couple drivers' change and a handful of scratches, so we'll go through those obviously each race. Field of 7 is gaining up speed, and they got a quarter of a mile to go to the start, so why don't we get a jump and send it to Kenny.
Field of 7, swinging to the stretch. They're off, they're pacing. Down by the Parade gets the first call, the Onyx Dragon. So that one's inside with Ricky Merlot getting away in the 3rd spot as they round this first turn. Then it's Billion, who's racing up in 4th. Peanut Fear is next. Cleveland top rookie around C. I'm Hot, who's the trailer. So they work on to the backstretch. Down by the Parade is even money on the board. He leads the way by a length and a half. The Onyx Dragon, the pocket sitter. Ricky Merlot is 3rd. Billion, mid-pack, 5 lengths behind. Peanut Fear is behind him. He's racing about 6.5 lengths behind his stablemate after a quarter in 29 4. Then it's Cleveland, top rookie, who's second last, and CM Hot can see them all. Round the far turn for the first time. Down by the Parade. Now lets it out and leads by 2. The Onyx Dragon 2nd. Ricky Merlot is 3rd. Then comes Billion, who's racing in 4th. 2.5 lengths back to Peanut Fear. Cleveland top rookie swings off the rail with 10 lengths to pick up. And I'm Hot, the trailer. Lap 1, 59 2, 29 3 split. So he picks it up just by a 5th. Down by the Parade into the clubhouse turn with the advantage. The Onyx Dragon continuing to be 2nd. 3 back to an urged on Ricky Merlot. Then Billion. Cleveland top rookie came off the rail, but he hasn't made much progress yet. At the inside is Peanut Fear, and CM Hot's trailed throughout. There's less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Down by the Parade is the target, but the Onyx Dragon is right there, and he's had the good trip. It's 6 back to Ricky Merlot, and then Billion. 3/4, 127 1. Clegg steps on the gas with Down by the Parade, trying to shake away from the Onyx Dragon, but the Onyx Dragon is up for the fight on the outside, and these 2 are 3 better than Ricky Merlot, who's closing well at the inside to be 3rd. Cleveland top rookie is 4th. There's an eighth of a mile left to go. Down by the parade, trying to hold off the sustained bid from the Onyx Dragon. Irvine just took a peek over his shoulder, and he says goodbye to Nick Clegg. It's the Onyx Dragon drawing off to win. Down by the parade second, Ricky Merlot third, Billion fourth, 156 and 3.
So we have an Irvine Daily Double. Father Don wins the first race. Son Justin wins the second race. And Sue Stockwell sweeps the Daily Double as an owner. The Onyx Dragon comes home in 156 and 3. Well, you couldn't have written a better script for Justin Irvine and the Onyx Dragon, that's for sure. Sat behind the pace setting down by the parade and was able to pull around in the final turn and cruise home. Unofficially, Ricky Merlot was your show horse, and Billion and Elliott Deaton was a fast closing fourth. Those are all unofficial. Justin Irvine, he's the third leading driver here at Northfield Park. That's his 133rd win here at the Flying Turns. Currently sits third. I'm going to screw myself. I have put Irvine twice on my list here. The winner was trained by Gary Martin, longtime conditioner up here at Northfield Park. First quarter was in 29, half 59 and 2, 3 quarters 127-1. They came home in 156 and 3. Last half 57 and 1.
Stockwell trained by Gary Martin, driven to victory by Justin Irvine. Like father, like son, the Irvines sweep the early double. 2-year-old Brown Gelding by Fear the Dragon. Out of DG's Shadow's Bell by Shadow Play. Bred by Brent Hopper of Kentucky. First career win for the Onyx Dragon, 156 and 3.
Obviously takes a new lifetime mark whenever you get that maiden break in victory. Incredibly patient drive there by Justin Irvine. I believe he's 22 years old. 22-year-old son, 73-year-old father. Worked out well for the Irvines. Third race. We're 10% done. Third race.
Already.
They're giving the rundown. Do we want to get it for them? Or did he say he's going to give it in a few minutes? Unofficially, I had the rundown as 3:14.2765 on the bottom. That time of the mile was 156 and 3. We turned the page to the third race. This is the leg of the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series of young drivers here in the state of Ohio. I'm looking at the ages. We got 18 to 24-year-olds. So the next wave of superstars in the state. Field of 8, no changes. We'll come back and talk about all 8 after these messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
The Delaware County Fair, where history meets horsepower. Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime as the world-famous Little Brown Jug takes center stage. Witness the heart-pounding action, the thundering hooves, and the sheer determination of these incredible athletes compete for the coveted Little Brown Jug title. Don't miss your chance to be a part of history. For ticket and hospitality options, visit littlebrownjug.com. The Little Brown Jug, where champions are made and legends are born. Be there!
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to MGM Northfield Park. Jay Wolf, Matt Clark bringing you all the action from the Summit County Fair. Summit County hasn't raced at the actual fairgrounds in a number of years, so Northfield Park has picked up those races. And if you're, I don't know if you ever noticed, Matt, if you're on the very north side of the parking lot, there actually is a sign that says entering Cuyahoga County and leaving Summit County. So I would say 75% of the track is actually in Summit County and 25% is in Cuyahoga.
I have not noticed that.
I just literally passed that sign. I was like, oh, that's funny. Race number 3 is the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series. Terry Holton was a longtime trainer from Licking County, Ohio. Every time I hear of Terry Holton, I think of Playboy Hanover, raced in the Little Brown Jug in the 70s. Terry passed away about, I would say, 10 years ago. He is an Ohio Harness Horse Hall of Famer. And I believe this is the second year for the Holton Youth Driving Series. Really neat series. It features qualifying licenses and provisional licenses and fair licensed drivers. As I mentioned, 18 years of age, Jesse Barnard, all the way to 24, Timothy Johnson, who has a provisional license. So we have a little bit of information on some of these young gentlemen and ladies. These are also the old war horses here at Northfield Park. We have a 13-year-old, 9, 6, 12, 12, 4. So a lot of the good-aged pacers here from Northfield Park. They're moving a little bit quicker just all of a sudden. So there is the call to the post. We'll send it to Kenny Levengood with an introduction of the horses for the 3rd.
Up on track for race 3, it's the Terry Holton Youth Memorial Driving Series. The 1 is Blue Spanks, owned by Joseph Boza, trained by Keith Cash Jr., Braden Addison, the bike. The 2 is Zenda Balikio, owned and trained by Madison Hess. Jesse Barnard drives. 3, You Are Driving Me Nuts, owned and trained by Whitney Johnson. Braden Rhodes calls the shots. Tim Johnson aboard the 4, He Can Fly, for owner-trainer Betty Clegg. The 5 is Born to Ramble, owned by Jason Shaw, trained by Corey Kreiser. Eric Miller at the lines. The 6 is Q Cobra Jet, owned by Joyce Wayner, trained by Hank Levan. David Justice at the lines. 7 Payson Perfect, Jacob Baird drives, trained by Virginia Wilcox in the Swagger Stables. And the 8 Dirty Dreams, own train driven Mario Zito.
We have horses going every direction. Some are post parading in front of the stand. Some are going backwards on the.
It's like being at the fair.
I see Hank Levan's colors out there. It looked like Jeff Nysonger colors out there. So this could be. We could really screw this one up. Number 1 is Blue Spanks. Braden Adis, 19-year-old with a qualifying and fair license, will drive for Joseph Bosa of Brunswick, Ohio. Keith Cash Jr. trains this 13-year-old Santana Blue Chip Gelding. 2 wins in 29 starts this season, 43 lifetime wins for Blue Spanks. Number 2 is Zen de Ballykiel. Madison Hess is the trainer and owner. Jesse Barnard will pick up the assignment. 1 win in 15 starts. Jesse is an 18-year-old with a provisional license. This horse was 4th, just beaten 2 lengths last time out here at Northfield Park. Number 3 is You Are Driving Me Nuts. Braden Rhodes will drive. Braden is a 19-year-old provisional license. Braden is also the son of Billy Rhodes, one of the leading trainers here, and Braden does an awful lot of training here as well. This one is owned and trained by Whitney Johnson of Northfield Park. This one has 10 career wins in 109 starts, the fastest of which is 156 up at the Michigan half mile at Northfield Downs. Number 4 is He Can Fly. Timothy Johnson, 24-year-old, will drive for Betty Clegg, who owns and trains this 12-year-old Bettor's Delight gelding. 2 wins in 23 starts, 53 lifetime starts, fastest of which is right here at Northfield Park in 150-3. Number 5 is Born to Ramble. Eric Miller will drive for Corey Kreiser. Jason Shaw is the owner. 2 wins in 19 starts, 11 for 60 lifetime. Last time out was 2nd with Corey Kreiser in the bike that day. In the $5,000 claiming event, finished 2nd, beaten just 3 parts of a length. Number 6 is Q Cobra Jet. Hank Levan will train. Joyce Weiner from London, Ohio, is the owner. David Justice, the 20-year-old qualifying and fair license. 0 for 17 on the season, has 12 wins in 151 career starts. Number 7 is Pacing Perfect. Virginia Wilcox trains for the Swiger Stables of Perrysville, Ohio. Jacob Baird, 21-year-old driver, will bring this 6-year-old Vertical Horizon gelding. 0 for 16 on the season, has 26 second-place finishes in 104 career starts. And rounding out the field of 8 is Mario Zito, who drives, trains, and owns this 5-year-old Mr. Apple's Dirty Dreams. 3 wins in this season. 3 back at Cortland gave Mario Zito his first career driving win, a 12.5 length romp in the free-for-all pace at Cortland. Jacob Bears does quite a bit of driving over at Buffalo Raceway. He was at Bucyrus driving some of the Clegg horses. Timothy Johnson, the driver of the 4, I believe his uncle is Russell Swartz. Mario Zito is a legacy. His family has been in the business for a number of years, and it's nice to see the next generation, Matt.
It is. I know a lot of these guys to talk to. I've not seen him drive a lot of horses. Eric Miller, he's really talented.
Yeah.
He won a lot of races last year at the fairs.
Mm-hmm. There's different levels of licensing, right? You can be a qualifier in fair that allows you to race at the fairs, and because this is a fair event, they can race here. So they couldn't race on a normal Saturday night or a Friday night, but during the Summit County Fairs, they can drive here. There's also a provisional license, and I forget the number, how many qualifying starts they have to have before they can drop the provisional and get a full license, but I'll have to do some checking on that.
Is that something you were ever interested in yourself?
I always said I would like to drive in an amateur race, but I have a couple conditions. I'll even take post 8 as long as there's only one in post 1. So we're going to be at post 1 and post 8, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to hit each other when we get into the first turn. I've jogged a few horses, and that is a lot of fun because obviously it's a lot less stressful, but
yeah, I don't know if it would be for me. When I went and saw, I went to Sugar Valley Farms and I saw Down by the Seaside in person.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was a little jealous of Chris Page because, he looks like he would be a fun horse to drive. He was just big and strong and athletic. I thought, if I was going to drive a horse, I'd like to drive one like that, I guess.
Chris Page gets quite a few that I'd like to drive.
I know. He's done quite well.
He had a great night last night. I think he only won 2 races, but both of those races were Sire Stakes wins. And dialing back to the Saturday night at the races, the new next generation, he won 4 races, and one was 100,000, 2 were 150,000, and the other one was 150,000.
Yeah.
So if you're going to win races, they better be six figures. So.
He always says, got to buy some diapers, but I'd say he should have that covered by now, I would think.
Or just stealing from Amy Holler because she's on diaper duty tonight.
Right.
Yeah. That's the third time we're going to make fun of her. So.
Yep.
She had about the time plans. She said she had to leave. So.
Yeah.
I don't envy Kenny in this race because these are drivers' colors that you very rarely see.
Yeah.
You have David Justice out in Hank's colors, and it looks like someone's got a set of Jeff Nysonger colors. But Field of 8 is gaining speed as they head down the back stretch. It's always interesting when I watch the races here how the starter picks them up, and you would think with a 2-year-old, right now when the gate swings are coming, how many of them would shy away from that? But seems to work well here. So Field of 8 for the Terry Holton Pacing Series. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood with the call.
Here they come. They're off. They're pacing. You Are Driving Me Nuts. We'll get the first call. He Can Fly, show speed. Pacing perfect, leads for forward position as they head into the first turn. Up top, the leader, You Are Driving Me Nuts, has grabbed the lead. He Can Fly down to the cones in second. Pacing perfect outside of Zenda Ballykiel. Third and fourth. Blue Spanks is racing in fifth. Born to Ramble is next. Then it's Q Cobra Jet. And Dirty Dreams is the trailer. So they head around the backstretch into the opening quarter mark with You Are Driving Me Nuts at 7-1. Upset Minded leads the way the opening quarter, 27 3/5 seconds for You Are Driving Me Nuts, who takes the field into the far turn with the advantage over He Can Fly, who's racing in the second spot as they move around this turn and complete 3/8 of a mile. Q Cobra Jet, think about a 3-wide move as Blue Spank squeezed off the rail behind Pace and Perfect. Zenda Ballykeel's at the cones, then Born to Ramble, and the trailer is Dirty Dreams. Down in front of the stands behind You Are Driving Me Nuts. You Are Driving Me Nuts continues to lead the way, pressured by Pace and Perfect, halfway home in 58 seconds. You Are Driving Me Nuts goes into the clubhouse turn with the advantage, leads it by a length. Pace and Perfect's had a tough trip. He Can Fly's enjoyed a good one down at the inside, then Zenda Ballykiel. Blue Spanks will have to roll 3 wide. Born to Ramble's pinned in by Q Cobra Jet, and Dirty Dreams is trailed throughout. So they work across the backstretch. You Are Driving Me Nuts is the target, leading by a length and a quarter. He Can Fly's at a perfect trip. Blue Spank sent to the outside 3 wide. Outside of a stalled Pace and Perfect. Zenda Ballykiel at the inside has no place to pace. 3/4, 127-1. They leave the backstretch, move on to the far turn. You Are Driving Me Nuts, trying to take him the distance. He Can Fly and Zenda Ballykiel are next. Born to Ramble has open road at the inside now. There's 1/8 of a mile left to go, and they got to track down You Are Driving Me Nuts. Zenda Ballykiel pops off the rail from third outside of He Can Fly, trying to go get You Are Driving Me Nuts, who's tired. Zenda Ballykiel down the center at 28-1. Zenda Ballykiel and Jesse Barnard spring the upset. Tight for second, either You Are Driving Me Nuts or He Can Fly, then Born to Ramble, 156-2.
Action-packed there at the finish.
Jesse Barnard and Zenda Ballykiel came off of, looks third here at the top of the stretch and came right by the tiring leader. You Are Driving Me Nuts. Look at the inside here. He Can Fly in coming as well.
The 5, Born to Ramble, I thought was hopelessly buried around the last turn. And
awfully close for second, so I'm not going to make a guess there. 156-2. Good close-up of the third place finisher, second place finisher.
Had the camera guy fooled, didn't he?
See, Matt, you're on this side of the camera tonight. You can make fun of the union workers there.
Yeah,
camera,
sure.
So Zenda Ballykiel, Madison Hess Trains, also owns from Johnstown, Ohio. The Johnnies of Johnstown. Picks up second win in 16 starts this season. 27th career win. for the 9-year-old gelding by Mach 3. Now the Cams, Card Shark mare, Gemini, Jenny.
28-1.
I know you didn't have anything on it unless
I
you
did
snuck
not.
something underneath the table on your phone.
No, sir. Would have liked to. If Amy Holler was up here, I could have ran down
I know,
there.
but, she's got issues.
The Ballykill, owned and trained by Madison, has driven to victory by 18-year-old Jesse Barnard. 9-year-old bay gelding by Mach 3 out of the Cams Card Shark mare, Gemini Genie. Favored by the Ballykill Racing of Ontario, Canada, 27th lifetime win, and second this season, Zenda Ballykill, 156-2.
Keep going, because I'm going to look up to see if this is Jesse's first career win or not.
I mean, it's
The
certainly
program
for the
says
year.
it is.
Yeah. It's got to be pretty exciting. Get it done on the big track here.
Some of these kids here around the winner's circle should have asked him for his whip.
Yeah.
You could say, I have Jesse Barnard's first career win, the whip. Results are official. Let's see. Number 3, You Are Driving Me Nuts, held on for second. The 4, He Can Fly In, was third.
Ooh.
And number 5, Born to Ramble, 4.
Wow.
There's some mutuals for you.
$12.90.
That was all he teased us with, was that?
I'm sorry, Jay, what?
He just teased us with
Yeah.
a few mutuals, not
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Congratulations to Jesse Barnard.
All right.
What do we got?
We got, that was his 21st career start. You'll guess what his UDRS is?
If he's one, well, he's not 1 for 1, so.
No.
All right.
He's had 21 career starts.
21 career starts. Is it above 300?
378.
Whoa.
He has 3 wins, 7 seconds. Well, now 4 wins, 7 seconds, and a pair of third-place finishes.
I might just keep an eye out for him. That'll be
Exactly.
my angle.
So, let's put in maximum finishes first. Pathways is fun until you're on the air trying to do it and talk at the same time.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have this research done, Jay.
I know. Well, his 3 wins all came at the fairs in Pennsylvania. So he
Okay.
had a win at Meadville. I know where that is. That's north up near Erie. He had a win at Butler, which is Butler County. And then he had a win at STON. I don't know where Stone is.
Yeah.
But all of them were with a 3-year-old pacing filly by the name of Dig Deep. Has a qualifying win with Doug Dig Deep back in early March at the Meadows. 4th career win for Jesse Barnard. And with that, we turn the page. We're 15% of the way through. Keep thinking of the positives. On to race 4, Signature Series Pace, scratched down to a field of 6. We'll talk about 6 when we come back.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slade, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Welcome back to MGM Northfield Park. I know it's been killing you, Matt. Guess where STON is?
Where is it? What is it?
Stoneboro, Pennsylvania. Oh. Still don't know where that is, but
that doesn't help all that
But I know
much.
Jesse knows where it is because
Yep.
that was where his second career win came from. So we apologize to the Chamber of Commerce at the Stoneboro Chamber of Commerce. We're starting to look like non-silhouettes there on the air.
It's getting there.
You can see our beautiful vantage point.
Oh,
To Ballykill first, you are driving me nuts. Second, he can fly third. Born to Ramble fourth. Q Cobra Jet seventh. Pace and Perfect eighth. 30 Dream sixth. 512 347 86. Go to the fourth. Elliot Deaton drives the three. She's All Jacked Up. Scratch the five. Turbo Hill. Exacta Trifecta 20-cent Super $1 pick three. Signature Series Pacers in 2 minutes.
He does not waste any time at all getting that rundown, does he?
No. Michael Carter at the Crawford County Fair at Bucyrus was giving the changes, and he's race forward. This one will be driven by Sam Smith. This one will be raced. You know, you're trying to write it down. He's 3 races ahead of you by the time you wrote down that race. So we couldn't even get the pin out fast enough. So this is the Signature Series Pace. Purse is $6,000. Race number 4. These horses will race for not only the $6,000 purse, but will also race for points. The final this year will be held Jug Week at the Delaware County Fair. You know, we're not supposed to play favoritism when we do this, but we have Southwind Amazon in the field. This is a 14-year-old gelding by Cam Luck out of the Arts Place mare Artunist. This horse has 133 career wins, second in history. And I think it was at Bucyrus when we started giving a little Southwind Amazon trivia, and Matt Clark nailed it. Beat Tom Pye in the head-to-head trivia challenge. So if you were not there with us that night, we'll go over a few of the highlights from the trivia contest. Southwind Amazon has won at 29 different tracks. Let's back up. I'm moving ahead. 29 different drivers have returned to the winner's circle behind Southwind Amazon. Tonight's driver was supposed to be Ronnie Wren Jr. when the came out, and Ronnie Wren Jr. Has 61 career wins behind Southwind Amazon. Southwind Amazon, of the 133 wins, they have come at 20 different tracks. His favorite track is right here at Northfield Park. 87 wins here at the Flying Turns. Paul Holzman is the trainer. Paul has 115 wins, so that leaves 5 other trainers have had a win with Southwind Amazon. Southwind Amazon has 13 sub-150 miles, and you got him way back in 2013. He paid $29 or 29 to 1 to win, so you would have won 58 plus on him on a win back in 2013, the highest he ever won. So there's the call to post. They didn't give us much time there, which is nice. Race number 4, field of 7, scratched down to 6.
Stables trained and driven by Hank Levan. 2, Southwind Amazon. Justin Irvine drives for Paul Holtzman, owner Amir Najer. 3, She's All Jacked Up. Elliot Deaton drives for trainer Roy Justice, owners Daniel and Landon Coate. The 4 is Pocket the Cash. Owned by the Scalacci Stable, Sam Bova Racing and John Manning, trained by Jody Scalacci using Chris Lems. Scratch the 5. 6, Sparrow Hanover, owned by David Capture, McCory DeArmond, Ryan Stollenbike. 7, Tap, Tap, Taps, owned by Whitney Johnson and Luke Ebersol is in the sulky. Whitney Johnson, the trainer.
That is your field for the Signature Series. Originally scheduled for 7, scratched down to 6 with the scratch of the 5 Turbo Hill Sick. Number 1 is Calvinel. Hank Levan trains and reigns for the Levan stable of Woodstock, Ohio. This warhorse, 131 career starts, 19 wins, 16 seconds, and 18 thirds. Career earnings just short of $200,000. Lifetime mark 153 at Scioto Downs. Number 2 is the aforementioned Southwind Amazon, 133 career wins. Paul Holtzman trains for Amir Najur from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Justin Irvine, it will be in the bike, and Justin does have 1 win behind Southwind Amazon. He is 3 of 16 on the season. Last time out was distanced in 6th place at Bucyrus. We were told that he may have tied up, so hopefully Mr. Holzman has fixed that issue, and we'll get a much better Southwind Amazon tonight. Number 3 is She's All Jacked Up. This is the 5-year-old mare trained by Roy Justice. Daniel and Landon Coate from Covington, Ohio are the owners. Drivers changed to Elliott Deaton. This one has 13 career wins in 88 starts, was 5th last time out, set Scioto Downs in a $12,000 conditioned event. Number 4 is Pocket the Cash. Chris Lems will drive for Jody Salachi. Salachi Stables and Sam Bova Racing and John Manning are the owners. This one raced in the Open here at Northfield Park on June 23rd, so more than a month ago. Finished 5th, timed in 1:52 and 4. 1 win, 1 second, 1 third in just 6 seasonal starts. Number 5 has been withdrawn sick. Number 6 is Sparrow Hanover. Corey Darmond will train for David Kapp of Youngstown, Ohio. Ryan Stahl will make the decisions. This one raced here at Northfield Park on the 21st of July. Led at the half, finished 5th, just beaten just 2 lengths, timed in 1:53 with Aaron Merriman in the bike that evening. And rounding out your field of 7 is the 7 Tap, Tap, Tap. Luke Ebersol will drive for Whitney Johnson, who also owns 7 wins and 24 seasonal starts. Last time out was in a non-winners of 10,000 last 4. An 8th place finish, timed in 1:54 and 4 with Chris Lems in the bike that day. Luke Ebersol drove this one 4 back to a 2nd place finish, beaten just by a neck. Whitney Johnson is looking for another repeat performance from Luke Ebersol. Luke Ebersol from Chesterville, Ohio. Quite the track and cross-country star, I was told, in his high school days.
Who's that?
Luke Ebersol.
Really?
Mm-hmm. His brother Logan is starting to drive an awful lot more here at Northfield Park. Saw him in a couple fairs, too, especially up at Paynesville and Cortland and soon-to-be Carrollton. Is that the next one that coming up? Or did Carrollton already happen?
That's a great question.
You didn't do it, so you don't remember.
There.
I got the Huff guide sitting right in front of me. You think I would have pulled that out by now, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid the old boy might have caught a pretty stiff field here in Southwind Amazon. There are some nice pacers in here, but this start will take a win off of his last 4, so he will fit a much softer condition.
Class,
after this race, assuming he doesn't do,
I mean, if
doesn't get the win.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's right, he's as good
Absolutely.
as anybody. He's a tough old racehorse.
Now, Southwind Amazon, that's what we were told. He tied up at Bucyrus, and one of the things that causes tie-ups is stress, and in unfamiliarity with traveling in the heat and everything. So you never know. I mean, obviously. Has more career wins here over the Northfield Park surface, and maybe just didn't like to ship down to Bucyrus, Ohio that afternoon. It was a warm evening, but it was cool where we were. We were in the shade, so but tying up in the summer is not unusual, especially for older horses.
He looks good out there tonight.
Yep. Speaking of beautiful nights, it is a wonderful night here at Northfield Park. It's a little stuffy here in the clubhouse, but we're not getting any of the breeze. But I'm looking at the wind is coming down the main stretch, so it's hitting the horses in the face as they go down to the half-mile station. in the quarter pole.
Looks like kind of a nice crowd out there on the apron right now.
They're putting the umbrellas up even though they're in shade. I wonder if they don't need the umbrella to keep the sun out of there. The drivers in this race, from the last race, were all drivers that we don't know too much about, but this one, when we have Levan, Irvine, and Deaton, and Lems, and Stahl, and Ebersol, this is a normal night here at Northfield Park, as they're all Northfield Park regulars except for Hank Levan. There's Buckeye Stallion Series racing going on at Scioto Downs tonight, so your Ronnie Renz and your Aaron Merrimans, I'm sure, are down there. Oh, there's also racing at Meadows tonight, and Aaron and Ronnie do quite a bit of driving over at the Meadows, too.
Well,
your betting choice is the 6, Sparrow Hanover. Ryan Stahl drives this 4-year-old Captain Treacherous gelding. 3 wins and 16 starts this season. Was a winner 2 back at Scioto Down in 150-3. Your second choice at 2-1 is the 4, Pocket the Cash, New Zealand bred. No standard time last year, so came over in early 2024 to the United States. Chris Lems will make the decisions with that one. Calvin L. getting some support at 2.5-1, 5-2. That one did a lot of the work there at Bucyrus last time out.
I kind of like the mare going against the boys in here. She's all jacked up. Been drawn kind of poorly there at Scioto. Still going some good miles.
Yeah, starting position 7-7-9. Had an equipment break. 5 back, had to be pulled up. Back on May 31st, Sam Widger was in the bike that day. Field of 6, top of the stretch for the 4th, the Signature Series Pace. We'll set it up to Kenny Levengood.
They're off, they're pacing, there goes Sparrow Hanover out looking for the lead. Pocket the Cash to his inside, and Calvin L will join them from the rail. 3 across the course into the first turn. Sparrow Hanover out 3 wide. Pocket the Cash in the 2 path, and Calvin L from the rail drives forward. And now Sparrow Hanover trying to take the tuck in 3rd in front of She's All Jacked Up from 4th. Southwind Amazon second last, and Tap 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 is the trailer. Across the backstretch, they continue to go at it. 3 wide. Sparrow Hanover getting completely roughed up through a 27 and 3 opening quarter. Pocket the Cash is the other even money favorite who's still in the 2 path. Calvin L keeping both of them out there as they round the far turn for the first time. Now Sparrow Hanover drops into 3rd in front of She's All Jacked Up, who races from 4th. Southwind Amazon is second last, and Tap 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 is last of them all. Down in front of the stands, they've sorted themselves out now, and Pocket the Cash has been able to cross over and clear Calvin L, who's second. On the accelerator, She's All Jacked Up to be 3rd. Then it's Tap 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 who's second up into the flow. Sparrow Hanover is pinned in and shuffled now, and Southwind Amazon will get off the rail. So 3 in, 3 out. They pair up through a half in 56 and 3, and there's 3/8 of a mile left to go, just 4 lengths from nose to tail. Pocket the Cash continues to lead the way. She's All Jacked Up applies pressure. Tap 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 sent 3 wide. Calvin L is at the inside. Southwind Amazon very much a part of this. He drives right up into between horses and is just 2.5 lengths behind, but now there's no place for him to go. Then comes Sparrow Hanover, who slides off the rail after being shuffled to last. 125 and 3, still plenty of hopes with a 1/4 mile left to go. She's All Jacked Up, narrow lead. Pocket the Cash at the inside. Southwind Amazon trying to flip 3 wide off the cover. Calvin L at the inside. Then comes Sparrow Hanover, and Tap 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 is now last. They swing for home. Pocket the Cash short lead. She's All Jacked Up. Here comes Southwind Amazon. He's motoring home down the center. She's all jacked up, hits the front. Southwind Amazon on the outside. Southwind Amazon, one step closer to history. Justin Irvine a double in 154 and 3.
I kind of want to go get my picture taken with him, to tell you the truth, just to say I did. And, I'd buy one of those.
There's been 134 times. And
I missed them all so far.
If you show me how to push the commercial buttons, you can go down.
No.
Well, I guess let's start at the beginning. Where did we start with this race?
I mean, so I think Hank kind of made up his mind he was going to let a horse go. He wasn't going to let two horses go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He was right there at the finish. I mean, Kelvin was coming a ton, but wow, she's all jacked up. I thought was home, and then
for
Southwind
20-1.
Yeah,
that was the Matt Clark special right
so
there.
We've got a 26-1 over 20-1. So what was his highest odds? 29.
29.30 at Woodbine back in 2013.
Okay. So
what'd you say? 26.
He's 26-1 on the board here tonight.
Well, history, as Kenny said, history one step closer to history. 134 career wins for the 14-year-old Cam Luck gelding out of the Arts Place mare Artunist, bred by the Southwind Farms of New Jersey. What else can you say about Southwind Amazon?
He can do it any way, too. I mean, a lot of times they just roll him, because he's the best in the field. But, I mean,
when they were at the 3 quarters, I did not know how Justin Irvine was going to find a way out.
Right.
Because there was 3 horses in front of him, one on the inside of him, one on the outside of him, and one behind him. He was hopelessly locked in, but Justin Irvine found a way. Doubles up here. Second career win with Southwind Amazon, 134th for Southwind Amazon. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood.
Back to the winner's circle for the 134th career time. It's the 2 Southwind Amazon. Owned by Amir Najer, trained by Paul Holtzman, Justin Irvine with a driving double. 134th lifetime win, 4th this season. Bred in New Jersey by the Southwind Farm, 14-year-old bay, gelding by Cam Luck out of the Arts Place mare Artunist. Southwind Amazon, 154 and 3.
little pat on the head from Paul Holtzman there.
Southwind Amazon probably knows how to get to the winner's circle. If Justin Irvine would just let the horse go, he'd probably walk back and get his picture taken.
Oh, boy.
That is the 88th win here at Northfield Park for Southwind Amazon. She's all jacked up. The Matt Clark long shot of the night gets beat by a head.
Nosed out by one of the winningest racehorses in history.
Number 4, Pocket the Cash In, held on for third. And Sparrow Hanover, a quick closing fourth. Calvin L. was fifth. Tap, tap, tap rounds out the field of 6. So on your program from the top down, 5, 1, 2, 3 scratch 4, 6 on the bottom. Time of the mile 1:54 and 3. For the 134th time, Southwind Amazon is on top. We turn the program to race number 5. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters, purse of $5,700. Field of 7, no changes. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Welcome back to MGM Northfield Park. Jay Wolf, Matt Clark bringing you all the action from the Summit County Fair Stakes. 4 down, 16 to go. Matt and I are currently located in the clubhouse, sitting with our 4 friends.
All our fans.
Yeah, absolutely. While it's quiet tonight here in the clubhouse, it definitely will not be quiet on August 10th. Saturday, August 10th, will be the $300,000 Carl Milstein Memorial, featuring the top sophomore pacers in the country. Dave Bianconi, it's an invitational, is it not? So Dave Bianconi, I'm sure, is already hitting the phones, asking around, and if memory serves me correctly, there is no entry fee. So this is a free shot at $300,000 for the top sophomore pacers in the country. Dave does a nice job putting a good quality field together. Past winners include Wiggle It, Jiggle It. So I remember coming up for that night. Absolutely a wonderful effort by Montrell Teague and the future jug winner at that point. Also on the undercard is the Courageous Lady, 3-year-old filly pacing event for $100,000, and the Myron Charna and the Tom Aldrich President's Pace and Trot, respectively. Those are for the aged Ohio sired pacers and trotters. Purses of those are $100,000 each, so doing some quick math, that's $600,000 just in those 4 races alone. So if you haven't made plans to attend MGM Northfield Park on Saturday, August 10th, please do. I'm pretty sure Amy Holler will be here that night and will not stiff the talent. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, we'll see when it gets here, you know.
For those who are just joining, Amy Holler promised to be on the air with us for the first few races, and we have yet to see her. And
yeah, she's probably gone by now.
No, we got a text from her saying, I have issues.
Oh.
And there was so many responses we could have given her, but we said we understand. We are caring.
Yep.
We're through 4 here at MGM Northfield Park. We turn to the sophomore colt trotters. Field of 7, no changes. We do have an added line we'll talk about. Field of 7. The trumpet has blown, so they're coming onto the track. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood.
They're on track for the 5th. The 1 is Sup. Tyler Angus drives trainer Matt Burkholder, co-owns with Samuel Weaver. 2 Gypsy Hill in with the stable group and Hutchinson Harness trained by Jason McGinnis using Ryan Stahl. 3 Chipstead, Chris Lems drives, owner trainer Scott Cox. 4 Zoned, Jason Thompson drives, owner trainer John Payne. 5 Please and Thank You, McCowan, Davis, Kisser, and Donald Atrim by Jessica McCowan using Luke Eversole. 6 Dublin Rock and Jerry, Anthony Miller and the Hagerman Racing, co-own Herman Hagerman trains, Emmanuel Miller's at the lines. And the 7's Bob DeBomber, Ty Lloyd drives and trains and co-owns with Wills, Code, and Gregory. Back over in that 4th race. So cool to see a horse like Southwind Amazon pick up a victory, even though we did dismiss him at 26-1.
They won't dismiss him again next time, will
Nope.
they? So that is your field of 5 for the 5th, or field of 7 for the 5th. I'm looking at the big number 5 in the upper corner. Tyler Angus will drive number 1, Sup. Matthew Burkholder trains. He also co-owns with Samuel Weaver. This one has 3 wins this season in 15 starts. Had a win 6 back here at Northfield Park, and the non-winners of 2 timed and won 59-4, but has a seasonal record of 56-2 back at Miami Valley. Number 2 is the stable's Gypsy Hill. Stable co-owns with Hutchison Harness of North Ridgeville, Ohio. Jason McGinnis trains. Ryan Stahl will drive. This one is 3 of 8 for the year. Won 50% of his career starts. 8 wins in 16 starts. Was the winner last time out at Soda Downs in the Buckeye Stallion Series, timed in 55-4, a lifetime mark. Number 3 is the Volstead Gelding Chipstead. Chris Lems will drive for Scott Cox, the owner and trainer. 1 win in 15 seasonal starts, 3 of 26 on the year. Took a bad step last time out. 2 back, was 3rd in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Number 4 is Zoned. John Payne owns trains. This one will be driven by Jason Thompson. Has a line to be announced from Sydney. That was a second-place finish, beaten by a length and a quarter. This one has 2 second-place finishes, last 2 beaten out by a nose at Tiffin and by a length and a quarter at Sydney. Number 5 is Please and Thank You. Jess McCallum trains. Luke Ebersol will drive. Jess is also a co-owner with Davis and Keith Gisser in Donley. This one is 0 for 13 lifetime, but has a second-place finish last time out in Marysville. Trotted his mile in 1:59-4, beaten 7 lengths. Number 6 is Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Herman Hagerman trains. Anthony Miller and Hagerman Racing are the co-owners. 5 of 17 this year. Emmanuel Miller will pick up the drive. This one has coming in on a 4-race winning streak. Wins at Hilliard, Bucyrus, Mount Vernon, Painesville. Looks to make it 5 in a row tonight. Rounding out the field is Bob DeBama. Ty Loy will train and drive for Willis, Code, Loy, and Gregory. This one is 0 for 9 this year, but was 8 of 12 last season with $76,000. Has a lifetime mark at the Delaware County Fair, 158-1. Was second last time out at Painesville with Ty Loy in the bike. You don't see Mr. Loy drive too often, but this one has been driven the last 5 starts by Ty. Seems to have corrected some braking issues. Was third, was second, was 4th. So
nice field of trotters in here.
Number 2, Gypsy Hill, is your 9-5 favorite from the stable. Co-owns with Hutchison Harness. 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. So on the board, 7 of 8 this year for the What the Hill Gelding.
I didn't catch the line to be announced.
I did. It was a second-place finish, beaten a length and a quarter.
Okay.
That's
I know
all
the
I
start
got.
before that at Tiffin, where he was beat a nose. That
Just
was
a nose.
Yeah,
I mean, that
track
was-
record effort
yeah.
there, too.
Looked like a dead heat to me.
I
but,
know. It was incredibly tight photo.
Number 5, Please and Thank You. Looking to break his maiden, 13th start of the career. Look at those miles, 57 and 3, 57 and 3, 57 and 1, 59 and 4 on a 59 and 4 on a county fair track, and hasn't been able to pick up a win. So Please and Thank You. I'm sure the owners would say the same thing if this one would make it to the top. Seeing an awful lot of Dublin Rockin' Jerry at the fairs this year. Coming in on 4 straight wins. Mark St. Louis Jr. was in the bike for all those 4 wins, and I saw he was on the entry list at Piketon.
Yeah.
That's a long drive from. Does Mark live in Swartz Creek?
That's
where he's listed
around Buckeye Lake.
Okay, well, his pathway says he lives in Swartz Creek, Michigan.
Yeah,
That's a
boy,
long
I
way to
hope not.
Piketon.
Yeah.
It's a long way to Piketon.
Not much going
so-
on around Sports Creek,
Yeah.
Michigan anymore,
So,
unfortunately. Dublin Rockin' Jerry going by us now. He's a nice-looking horse.
on your screen is the 5. Oh, as soon as I
Now
say
it's
that, they switch.
Yeah, this is tough not running the camera.
You can't follow who you want to
Right.
follow. Gypsy Hill is back to the morning line odds of 6-5. Chipstead's getting a little support at 3-1. I know they use the computer to generate the morning lines here at Northfield Park. I've had that conversation with Dave Bianconi before. The Good old days when they actually had a human study all these and come up with it. Now they just hit a button and the computer spits out the numbers.
Charlie May want to see how that's done sometime. He's not
Especially up here.
He's not had much luck here at Northfield Park.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last year on, was it 2 years ago at Super Night or last year at Super Night? We listed all the races over $50,000 and it was 8, 9, 8, 7, 6.
It's unbelievable.
4. He had a 4, but then he had another 9 and another 9. I haven't seen Charlie May's name in the entries lately. So it's a long year, so pick and choose your spots. I saw Don Tiger's name on a 2-year-old.
Rose Run All-Star probably with Darren Dowler.
Dowler, yep.
Yep. He is a very fast colt. He made 2 breaks at Bucyrus
I was
and
getting
was
ready to
still
say-
going to win. The 3rd break caught it, got him.
Finally, the 3rd break caused some problems, but I know there's 7 sets of owners that don't want to see any breaks here in the 5th. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters, purse of $5,700. Starting gate is in motion. The comments are slowing down on Facebook.
Well, the action is just getting started.
We're not even 25% of the way through. No pizza suggestions either. That's what's most disappointing.
That's tough. We may have to. I'm sure the video room guys
Yeah.
will have an idea.
Yeah, they're probably used to it though.
Oh, I'm
Getting
sure.
done at midnight.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not.
They're smart enough to have a large meal right before the races start.
I've got a 2-hour drive home, and you've got a 2.5.
It's about 2 for me.
Okay.
For me, yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Well, it's all relative. To
Field of 7 is assembling down the backstretch. The gate swings have opened. Gaining speed, we'll send it up to Kenny Levengood for a call of the 5th. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trots, First Division.
Here they come, the 5, please and thank you. Well behind the car. The rest are off and trotting. Dublin, Rockin' Jerry heads out toward the early lead, zoned to his inside, and Sup from the rail cuts the corner up into the lead. Off stride went Dublin, Rockin' Jerry. Dublin, Rockin' Jerry made a run on the first turn as they race on to the back stretch. And up top, it's Sup, who's the leader. Leads it by a length and a quarter. Zoned is second. Gypsy Hill, quarter moving to the front. Stahl sends him to the outside. Now 2 lengths to pick up, trying to go take over command from Sup. It's gap of 3. Back to Bob de Bomber. Then another 3 to Chipstead. About 5 to Please and Thank You and Dublin Rockin' Jerry after a quarter in 28-1. Gypsy Hill, 3 to 5 on the board. Has worked his way to the front. He's a 2-length leader. Sup occupies the pocket spot. Zoned is 3rd and 4 lengths behind with Bob de Bomber next. Chipstead thinking about a move to the outside for Lems with 6 lengths to pick up. Going off stride is Please and Thank You. Then Dublin Rockin' Jerry. Down in front of the stands, Gypsy Hill shows the way through a half and 57 and 3, 29 and 2 panel for Gypsy Hill. Back into the clubhouse turn. Sup enjoying a nice trip for Angus. Chipstead with a first over bid up into the 3rd spot and 3 lengths behind. Zoned will slide off the rail behind him. Then Bob de Bomber and Dublin Rockin' Jerry. They race to the backstretch. Gypsy Hill the target. Chipstead grinding home now to be second. Sup at the inside is 3rd. Then comes Zoned and Bob de Bomber as Chipstead tries to take it to Gypsy Hill. Now they're on even terms past 3/4 in 1:27. Then Sup inside of Zoned and Bob de Bomber with Dublin Rockin' Jerry next around the far turn. Gypsy Hill and Stahl. Chipstead and Lems go at it. Gap of 2 to Sup, who's racing in the 3rd spot, then Zoned, and there's an 1/8 of a mile left to go. Gypsy Hill repelling the challenge of Chipstead and will turn with a length and a quarter lead. Chipstead on the outside, Gypsy Hill at the rail. Chipstead's not going by. Gypsy Hill in front. Chipstead second, Sup is 3rd, Zoned is 4th, 156 and 4.
Jay,
That was a gutsy effort there by Gypsy Hill, because when they went by the 3/4, I looked at you and I said, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, I looked like, Gypsy Hill kind of flattened out there, and, the 3 was going to go right by, but once that horse got eye-to-eye with him, he dug right back in.
Gypsy Hill, 3-year-old gelded son of What the Hill, out of the Chapter 7 mare Gypsy Wind. Went over the $100,000 mark in earnings last start with the Buckeye Stallion wins, and gets another, $2,700 plus, $2,800, $2,850. We got to do the math in our head. That's hard for us. Time of this mile, 156-4, 2 straight. Winner of 3 of his last 4 for Gypsy Hill. Unofficially second, Chipstead. Chris Lims drove that one, and Sup held on for third. Zoned fourth. Zoned was well positioned there going down the backstretch, and thought at double digits we could have back-to-back double-digit winners, but the heavily favored Gypsy Hill says, no thank you, I'm taking this one. I saw the stable made a social media post. I think they had 15 racing tonight, so a busy night for the stable. We'll see how fast Kelly Spencer gets this one up on Facebook. Congratulating the 9-time winner now, Gypsy Hill.
Gypsy Hill, in with the stable group, and Hutchinson Harness, trimmed by Jason McGinnis, Ryan Stahl, the winning driver. Through a big gelding by What the Hill out of the Chapter 7 mare Gypsy Wind, bred by the Springhaven Farm of Ohio. 9th lifetime win, 4th this season. Back-to-back for Gypsy Hill, 156-4.
The stable assistant trainer, Lauren Harmon, in the winner's circle. She's quite an amateur driver herself.
She sure is.
Comes from good stock, as they say, right?
Yep.
Michigan
connections there. Donnie Harmon, one of the best to ever do it in the state of Michigan, who is now Indiana, something, mainly.
Mom's Krista Harmon.
Yeah, stepmom.
Stepmom, yeah.
Yep. Daryl Rideout out warming up horses. He also jogs a lot for the stable. Fellow Canadian.
Surprised it's taken this long to make this race official.
Mm-hmm. Blowing right through him now. Already raced 5.
25% done. I don't know if it was when I got the invite from Susan Schroeder, I was like, ooh, I like going to Northfield, but that's going to be a long night. The bell has sounded, making this race official. Gypsy Hill 340, 260, 210. Chipstead 380, 240. Sup 210. After coming off a big payoff last time, the big highlight on this screen is the $1 pick 4 at 25.48.
2-2-2-2.
2-2-2-2-2.
Oh.
So 25% done, Matt. We turn the page to the 6th. 2-year-old filly Pace, first division. Purse of $8,100. Field of 7, no changes. We'll talk about all 7 of these fillies when we come back after these messages.
Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
The Delaware County Fair, where history meets horsepower. Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime as the world-famous Little Brown Jug takes center stage. Witness the heart-pounding action, the thundering hooves, and the sheer determination of these incredible athletes compete for the coveted Little Brown Jug title. Don't miss your chance to be a part of history. For ticket and hospitality options, visit littlebrownjug.com. The Little Brown Jug, where champions are made and legends are born. Be there!
You'll be there.
Jay Wolf, Matt Clark, coming back to you from Northfield Park, MGM Northfield Park in the clubhouse. Jug Week. We'll be here before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I ask you an honest question?
Sure.
I mean, obviously you like the racing, but that's an awfully long week for you.
It is an incredibly long week for me, Jay.
I mean, not only do you do all the races,
Yep.
you also do
A lot of stuff in the morning.
A
Yep.
lot of speaker series stuff in the morning. And
Mhm.
Trackside Live, I believe it's dubbed, right?
Mhm.
So as the publicity guy, I'm liking what I'm seeing. A lot of quality horses, and it's spread out. I mean, obviously, legendary Hanover and Nijinsky have put their name on top, and both of those are campaigned by West Wind Stables, which is owned in part by Casey Coleman. We talked to Phil Terry and I from the Little Brown Jug, went up to the North America Cup, and Casey said she was excited to come to Delaware with both of them, hopefully. So
She's had plenty of
she's had
success
plenty
over
of
the
success
years.
at Delaware. Yep. So it's always fun to go to Woodbine Mohawk Park. Woodbine Mohawk. Yeah, it's hard for me to just say Mohawk. It's
I
a lot
know.
easier. Woodbine Raceway at Mohawk Park or something like that's the official name. But always a lot of fun going up there for the North America Cup. 3-year-old Colt Pacers are going to be at the Adios tomorrow. Stable looks to continue their leading way. They've got a finalist in there as well.
Do they?
Finished second in the elimination last week. David Miller had one of the winners last week, and that one paced its last quarter in like 25, and I mean, something ridiculous. It was amazing. Going to pull up the... There's one thing for certain. The internet here works quite much better than the fairs. Pulling up the past performance page for the said Adios Pace tomorrow.
Captain Albano. I was at in a local poker room playing with some old Raceway Park folks. One gentleman's name was Butch, and his wife Sandy are part owners of that horse, and they said that they thought he was going to be awfully good in the North America Cup final. They had changed some equipment around, and he made a little bobble kind of at the start and just a terrible trip, but then in the following weeks he
finished fourth in the final at the North America Cup.
Yep.
Came back in the Meadowlands Pace elimination, finished third, finished ninth in the final, but won his Adios Pace elimination by 3 1/4 lengths with Todd McCarthy in the bike.
2-1 favorite, I believe, tomorrow, isn't he?
Yep.
Morning line.
But all of Ohio should be rooting on the 5, Clever Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Merriman will drive for Dr. Ian Moore in the Clever Cody stables. Last year, divisional champion here in the state of Ohio as a 2-year-old. Had some bad luck in the North America Cup eliminations. Broke right at the start and was 8th and therefore did not qualify. Came back and raced on the North America Cup night in the consolation and lost by the scantest of nose. Led gate to wire, but came up about 3 inches short at the wire. Then came back, and 2 races later, and Aaron Merriman sent that one to the winner's circle on July 24th, or July 6th at Scioto Downs in the Sire Stakes. Paced that mile in 50 and 2. Aaron Merriman will be in the bike tomorrow for the Ponderosa Sun. Time is on my side. Tim Twaddle will train that one for the stable. Anthony McDonald will drive. Came from 5th at 3/4, finished 2nd. Last quarter in 26 and 4. Finished 2nd to advance to the final. Some good racing coming your way. Wish you well. Last quarter, 25 and 2.
I'd be scared to go that fast.
Finished his mile in 1:49.1. David Miller won by a length and 3/4. Was 6th at the top of the stretch. Back 8 lengths. Wins by nearly 2 lengths, so made up 2 full seconds in the stretch.
Wow.
So Nifty Norman is the trainer of that one. 8 of the 9 finalists are Little Brown Jug eligible. So excited for that.
Mm-hmm. You and Phil Terry might have to make a couple more trips leading up to that, or at least some phone calls.
Oh, we'll definitely make phone calls and emails and tweets or is it, what do you do? They're not tweets anymore, are they? They're X's?
I guess.
You can't tweet them.
Right.
Go back to our Facebook page, see if anyone has any. We got phones, we got laptops, we got everything. Looks like Piketon is on race number 6. We're at race number 5, so we're on race 6 too. So
yeah.
I see Keith Gister post. How do they let Southwind to Amazon go at 26-1?
Well, I know. I felt bad about it, but I mean, that was a tough field.
Exactly.
Let's see, Sharon, yes. Bowling Green will be on YouTube.
You can only have one of the fairs or one of the broadcasts on
I'm
YouTube.
the only one that has equipment good enough to do
do that,
that.
okay.
And it's quite expensive. We would like to get some more of those, but we may need a benefactor or some kind of donation.
Let's start with pizzas. Let's start with pizzas. Then work our way
up to the $12,000 internet machine.
A GoFundMe page for the OHHA to get broadcasting equipment.
They're coming out to the track for the 6th. The one is Evil L, owned by Levan Stables. Megan Levan and Richard Fries, trained and driven by Hank Levan. 2, Big Bad Beach Bunny, owned by David Kapp and owner-trainer Corey DeArmond. Ryan Stahl at the lines. 3, Play On Player, Tyler Angus drives, owner-trainer Kurt Kane. 4, Midwind Seashell, Nick Clegg drives, owner-trainer Betty Clegg. 5, Really Are You Kidding Me? Justin Irvine drives, owner-trainer Dan Vanier. 6, Flying Ember, Chris Lems drives, trainer Scott Cox, owners Jason Ash, Green Wave Racing and Wayne Zollers. And Luke Ebersol drives the 7, America the Beautiful, owner-trainer Danny Hosteller. Back over in race number 5, top 2 choices, Flip Around, Gypsy Hill picked up the victory at a short price. We flip.
Field of 7 here for race number 6. No changes. Number 1 is Evil L. Hank Levan trains and reigns for Levan Stable. Megan Levan and Richard Fries of Woodstock and Northfield, Ohio. This one has been first or second. All 8 starts this season. Has a mark of 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and a 5th at Bucyrus 2 back. Number 2 is Big Bad Beach Bunny, Cord Dearmond. Trains and cones with David Kapp. Ryan Stahl will make the decisions. This one has a second place finish. It's in 2 starts. That second place finish was a Buckeye Stallion Series event here, 2 back. And this one took a bad step in the Sire Stakes last start here at Northfield Park, but did finish 4th, timed in 1:59. Number 3 is Play On Playa. Kurt Kane owns and trains this one. Brian Angus will drive. This one hasn't raced since the Next Generation. Had a brutal trip there. Was parked most of the mile. Finished 8th. Timed in 56-4 with Aaron Merriman on the bike. Has a win 2 back at Scioto Downs in 1:54-4. Number 4 is Midwind Seashell. Betty Clegg owns, trains. Nick Clegg drives. 1 win in 9 starts. That win was last time out at Painesville with Nick Clegg in the bike. That time in 2:04-1. Number 5, I'll do my best impression. Really? Are you kidding me? Dan Vanier owns and trains. Justin Irvine will pick up the drive. Been first or second. 80% of his 5 lifetime starts. Was a winner last time out at Oak Harbor with Dan Vanier, 2 minutes and 3/5. Number 6 is Flying Ember. Scott Cox trains for Jason Ash, Green Wave Racing, and Wayne Zolars from Delaware, Newark, and Mount Vernon, Ohio. Has a second place finish last time out at Paynesville. 2 back was 4th place finisher here at Northfield Park in the first leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series. And number 7, America the Beautiful. There is no E in there, so you can't say the, right? America the Beautiful. Danny Hochstetler owns and trains from West Farmington, Ohio. Luke Ebersol will make the decisions. 2 second-place finishes and 4 starts. 2 back was beaten ahead at Mount Vernon, timed in 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and 4/5. There's an E missing there, Matt.
I don't know what else you would do, though. I mean, that's the full 18 letters. You got to lose one somewhere.
I would have said America. Just
I
leave the
thought
first
about
opening
that.
game.
Yep.
America the Beautiful. Really, are you kidding me? Has been quite impressive at the fairs, but is kind of stepping into it here tonight, getting a lot of sire stakes competition, Buckeye Stallion Series placing horses and next generation competitors. So this one's going to have to step up and could do it. I mean, anytime you get a mark of 2 minutes and 3/5 at a county fair track as a 2-year-old, you do have a quick turn of foot.
Mm-hmm. Play on player. I mean, that was 2 starts back, 1 out of the 9 hole at Scioto. Just a non-winners of 1, but you said it. I mean, that was just a brutal trip in the next gen. I mean, if she's at the 3/4 and 123 and a piece in here, she's going to be on top by several, I would imagine. She's not going to get parked at that point.
Looked up Mr. Kane. If he would have won the next generation, he would have doubled his earnings for the last 7 years.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
always had as kind of 1 or 2. Seems like we used to stable actually at the Adrian Fairgrounds, so I knew
the Adrian Bulldogs, right?
How do you know that?
If there's something I like as much as horse racing, I love Division III basketball.
You're kidding.
I'm actually the timekeeper for Ohio Wesleyan. So if there's ever a timing discrepancy, I'm the one the refs come over and look at. That's my winter hobby. Is I'm the timekeeper at Ohio Wesleyan games, and Adrian always comes down to play the Battling Bishops of Ohio Wesleyan. So
how about that?
See, something you
they've got a very good hockey team too. Women's actually.
Okay.
I think they have won the national championship several years for Division III. But
the Adrian Bulldogs.
Yeah. Enough about
There's
Adrian.
also Alma. There's Alma up there, right?
There
in the
is.
Michigan Conference.
Yeah.
But I always laugh at Trine, the Indiana schools in the Michigan Athletic Conference. Need a little geography lesson for the folks at Trine. Eva L has been first or second all 8 starts. Again, stepping into it here. If this was a true county fair race, would definitely expect this one to be first or second again. But you mentioned play on player. You also have Big Bad Beach Bunny. Took a bad step last time out. Was parked 3rd at the quarter. Finished 4th. Beaten 10 1/4 lengths, but obviously spotted the field a number of lengths there. Timed in 59 flat. Time of that mile was 1:57, so 10 1/4 lengths behind the ultimate winner.
Midwind Seashell really stepped up that last start too. I mean, it only shows a mile in 2:4. I don't know how much that is at Paynesville, but it was a real good back half in a minute. And anytime you can do that at just about any county fair track, that's doing something.
Yeah, you mentioned Midwind Seashell, 3 back, 4 back, and 5 back. Finished 43, 40, and distanced in those 3 starts. So obviously the Cleggs have figured something out for that down by the Seaside Philly. For those who don't follow the county fair racing that much, our friend Bill Peters, whenever he announces, "Are you kidding me?" He makes a production out of it.
He does.
So there's one last year.
Well,
too.
I was just trying to think of one. I will.
Yeah, we'll remember tonight on the ride home.
Yep.
So tough betting board here. Play on player is your 7 to 5 first choice. 2 to 1 in the morning line has been bet down to 7 to 5. Also getting some support is the 5 at 8 to 5.
Wow.
So They like that 2-minute mile, if you will, from Oak Harbor on the banks of what river?
Portage.
River.
I can't believe it took me that long. I was just there.
I know. Man.
Veneer Stable's been hot.
They've been
firing on all cylinders.
So, yep. So. Good field of 7 making their way down the backstretch. Headed to the starting gate.
Why tomorrow, Ray?
Why, yes, that's it. Can you imagine if Why Tomorrow, Ray, and this one were in the same race?
Please let that happen.
Yeah. Signature series in 2 years.
Yep.
We're going to make that happen. Gates are open. The field's gathering. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood for a call of the 6th. The 2-year-old filly Pace, purse $8,100.
Here they come. And away they go. Midwind Seashell hustled for speed with Really Are You Kidding Me, who put a couple of steps in there and was floated out into the first turn. Meanwhile, at the rail, Evil L, she'll slide up into the second spot. Up to third, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Then Really Are You Kidding Me, who's going to land mid-pack. Play on player behind her. Then Flying Ember and America the Beautiful is last of them all. Across the backstretch they go. Midwind Seashell upset-minded. On the outside is Big Bad Beach Bunny, and Big Bad Beach Bunny trying to take over the lead from Midwind Seashell, but these two go at it, quarter time of 29-1. Evil L off the dueling leaders from third as now Clegg releases, and Midwind Seashell's back to second. Fourth is Really Are You Kidding Me, who's a length and a half in front of Play On Player, then Flying Ember, and America the Beautiful still last of them all. Down in front of the stands, they're behind Big Bad Beach Bunny, who now leads by 4 lengths. Midwind Seashell second, Evil L off the rail to be first up. Really Are You Kidding Me, Toad second up, Play On Player wanted to be third up through a half in 58-3. Then it's Flying Ember and America the Beautiful. Back into the turn they go. Big Bad Beach Bunny carves up the numbers. Midwind Seashell inside of Evil L, second and third. Really Are You Kidding Me has 5 lengths to pick up. Flying Ember is saving ground. Then Play On Player and out the back, America the Beautiful. There's less than 3/8 of a mile left to go. Big Bad Beach Bunny is the target. Still leading Evil L, 3 wide. Really Are You Kidding Me? The favorite Play On Player is going to be 4 wide as they head into the far turn. Then Midwind Seashell and Flying Ember throw a blanket over these top 6 as they round the far turn. Big Bad Beach Bunny the target. Evil L in the 2-path. Really Are You Kidding Me? 3 wide. Play On Player not firing her best as they come to the top of the stretch. Big Bad Beach Bunny off the turn with the lead. Evil L and down the center. Really Are You Kidding Me? Tries to go get Big Bad Beach Bunny, who's still in front. Really Are You Kidding Me for a final try? Here's the wire. That one's very tight. Big Bad Beach Bunny may have held off a charging Really Are You Kidding Me? Wait for the camera close-up, 157-2.
And we shall wait for that camera close-up because that, my friends, was very close. Really Are You Kidding Me? On the outside, coming by the stands the first time, I didn't think had much of a shot. He seemed to be skipping a little bit there, but look at this effort again for Justin Irvine, patiently sending this one after the tiring leader. Who do you like, Matt?
Oh, boy, I don't know. I'm more confused after watching the replay. I'll tell you, the Evil L raced really big to take a lot of the starch out of Big Bad Beach Bunny. She hung in there for a long ways first up.
Evil L continues her streak. 9 starts, 9 finishes on the board for Hank Levan, but the photo finish nose between the pace-setting Big Bad Beach Bunny on the inside and the fast-closing Really Are You Kidding Me? On the outside. We should have an end-of-year contest, and we'll get all the good names together and ask Mr. Peters to do the announcement. Why tomorrow, Ray? And then, Really Are You Kidding Me? Taking a little longer than usual, so could we have a heater? Time of the mile was 1:57.2. Got to the quarter in 29.1, half 58.3, 3/4 1:28. Last quarter 29.2 for the 57.2 mile. We don't know who won though. Dead heat for win.
There it is.
I think Susan said the other day there's been a lot of dead heats for seconds and thirds, but we got one tonight for the win. Number 2, Big Bad Beach Bunny, and number 5. Really? Are you kidding me? In the dead heat. Number 1, Evil L, was 3rd, and Play On Playa 4th. Flying Ember unofficially 5th. Midwind Seashell unofficially 6th. And number 7, America the Beautiful, rounds out your field of 7. You know who likes dead heats?
Brad Conrad.
The track photographer.
Yep. Went all the way down to Scioto Downs last night, and Brad was not there. Yep. That might be the first night he's taken off all summer, though.
Oh,
so.
he's slacking.
Is he?
Oh, gosh, yeah. You know he's not listening tonight.
I know.
Working. We can make fun of him all we want.
Here they come.
See how they handle this in the winner's circle. Sometimes they put them face to face, but these are 2-year-olds, so they might be lucky to stand still.
Bolted their way back to the winner's circle are the 2 Big Bad Beach Bunny and the 5 Really Are You Kidding Me? The 2 Big Bad Beach Bunny was driven to victory by Ryan Stahl, his second win on the program, and trained by Corey Darriman, who co-owned with David Kapp, a 2-year-old Bay Filly by down by the seaside of the Big Bad John Mayer Big Bad Bretta. Bred by Steve Carter and Craig Stein of Ohio. First career win for her. The 5 Really Are You Kidding Me? Is owned and trained by Dan Vernier and driven to victory by Justin Irvine. Justin's 3rd driving win on the program. 2-year-old Brown Filly by Racing Hill out of Brillo Camarillo by Mach 3 was bred in Ohio by the owner. Lifetime win number 2, back-to-back for her. 1:57.2, and the results are official. Is $13.60. The 5 to exact is $8.80. Trifecta with the 2 on top is $45.60. With the 5 on top, it's $24.60. The pick 3, winning combination of 2, 2, and 2, is $100.40. Also the winning combination 2, 2, 5, $100.
So has it really been the 2-horse for the last 5 races? Who won the first race?
The 1.
Okay.
Donnie Irvine. So,
yeah.
But then second was 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and the 5.
I'm making this way harder than I need to.
Well, first of all, we got to give kudos to both of the 2-year-old fillies for standing very well in the
were,
winner's circle.
I
They
thought,
acted
yeah.
like old veterans there,
that went
staring
great.
at each other, and we'll give the nod of the tip of the cap to the Vernier stable. They had more people in the winner's circle than the De Armand's group, but pair of winners here in your 6. Dead heat for win. Time of that mile, 1:57.2. That's really going to mess up our numbers now, because when we add them up at the end of the night, they'll be 21. And I'll say, well, I thought we only had 20 races. That's correct. But yet to have a training double, but Justin Irvine picks up his 3rd win. Ryan Stahl goes back-to-back here in the 5th and 6th. We turn our page to the 7th race, which is the Summit County Fair 2-year-old filly trot. Field of 8, no changes. We'll talk about all 8 after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Volstead, Coach K Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms.
Jay Wolf, Matt Clark, back at it. We're 6 down, 14 to go.
What percent is that?
What time is it?
I don't know. We're keeping up with Piketon.
Oh, okay. 7:04, 2 hours in. So about 20 minutes a race.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll get them in by 11:59, guaranteed. Someone's already done that math, and it's all been planned out.
Exactly. Someone with a much higher pay scale than you and I.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun bringing you the action, and we are in the clubhouse tonight. Normally for the big nights, we're working out of the old broadcast studio on the upper levels. We have to duck underneath some beams to get in there, but Matt Clark and his engineering geniusness that he has, we are broadcasting from the clubhouse. We even got lights so people can watch us sweat later.
It is a nice change of scene.
Yeah, it is. We get to see people.
Yep.
A little disappointed in all the comments, or lack thereof, of what the best pizza shop is in the Northfield Park area. We're 35% of the way through.
Okay.
No, 30%. 7th race will be 35%.
All right.
So almost a third.
That sounds better. Almost a third.
My next fair is Wapakoneta.
Is it?
Yep. And
Both days?
Nope, just the first day. So the 30th.
Okay. I'm there the second day.
Okay.
I will be at Bowling Green that Tuesday.
Trish Soulsby and I will be bringing you the action from the opening day of the Wapakoneta.
There was a really good food truck there last year, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'll come up with it.
All right. We need help. Pulling up my email here because Susan gave us a list of where everyone was going to be for the next few weeks. Tomorrow, Jeremy Moore and Ashley Daly will be bringing you the second day of action from Piketon with cameraman Tom. I have not worked with Tom. You said it's his first.
He is down
tonight?
in Piketon, and he is doing an amazing job. From what I've tuned into, he never called once to ask a question about setting things up. He'd done it once before. He got there, this is a week later. He got there, put it all together.
So maybe Dalton Walls was a little premature with
exactly.
Matt Clark as the GOAT.
100%.
We may have Tom the GOAT. Sunday at Eaton, you'll have Chris. I'll butcher his name, so I don't even want to try it. Santa Cantano or something like that. Sorry, Chris. Trish Soulsby and Michael Langer will bringing you that action. Sunday at Wood County, Bowling Green, Ohio. Matt Clark. Steve.
Ulrich from upstairs at Northfield Park. He runs the.
Oh, that's right. You have to have two cameramen there.
I do have to have two cameramen there.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about this after the post parade here for the 7th.
On the track for the 7th, 2-year-old filly trotters. The one is Extra Easy. On and trained by Larry Claybaugh. Don Irvine Jr. calls the shots. 2, Green Hill Spurs. Own train driven Mike Spearman. 3, Corfu Flexin, owned by the Hoofing It Racing, and owner-trainer Roy Justice, teaming up with Justin Irvine. The 4 is Annie L, owned by the Levan Stables, Megan Levan and Heidi Ratliff, trained and driven by Hank Levan. 5, Tom Sneaky Link, is owned by Will's Code, Loy and Gregory, trained and driven by Ty Loy. 6, CS Donata Girl, owned by the Scott Cox Stable, Bailey and Zollers, trained by Scott Cox, Chris Lems as the driving assignment. The 7 is Count on Kenna, owned and trained by Steve Cross, Kevin Cross between the wheels. And the 8, Skyway Bound, Second Chance Stable owned, Charlie Myrick trains and drives. Back over.
That is your field for the 7th. Field of 8, no changes. Number 1 is Extra Easy. Don Irvine looks to pick up his second win of the day. The only other horse to win from post 1 was Don Irvine, so hopefully he can do it again. Larry Claybaum is the trainer and the laissez. Was the second place finish in his only career, or her only career start, which was at Paynesville on the 23rd of July. Second place by 4 1/4 lengths. Number 2 is Green Hill Spurs. Mike Spearman owns and trains and drives. This one has 2 career wins out of 6 starts, has more wins than the entire rest of the field. A morning line of 20-1, came back with wins at Paynesville and Hilliard. Number 3 is Corfu Flexing. Roy Justice is a co-owner and trainer for the Hoofing It Racing out of Delaware, Ohio. Justin Irvine will make the decisions. This one was 3 place 2, last 2 back at Bell Fountain, and was a 4th place finisher at Marysville. Number 4 is Annie L. Hank Levan trains and reigns for Levan Stable, Megan Levan and Heidi Ratliff of Woodstock and Marion, Ohio. This one made a very, very, very expensive break in stride. Last time out on the lead at the Buckeye Stallion Series at Saddle Downs, was on top of the field at the 3/4 pole, made a break, finished 7th. That was the only time that this Long Tom filly has not been on the board. Still looking for her first win, but has 4 second place finishes. Number 5 is Tom's Sneaky Link. Ty Lloyd trains and co-owns with Willis, Code, and Gregory. Ty Loy will also drive. This one is winless in 4 starts. Last time out was a 3rd place finisher at Paynesville, individually timed in 2:07 and 1. Number 6 is CS Donata Girl. Scott Cox trains and co-owns with Bailey and Zollers. Chris Lems will drive. This one was a winner last time out in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Half-length victory in 1:58 and 2. Number 7 is Count on Kenna. Steve Cross owns and trains. Kevin Cross will drive. 0 for 2 lifetime, has a 4th and a 5th place finishes at Paynesville and Bucyrus. Rounding out the field of 8 is Skyward Bound. Charlie Myrick will train and drive for the Second Chance Stables of Ravenna, Ohio. Has a dead heat for 3rd in her 3 career starts for the Uncle Peter filly. Has $1,000 in career earnings. Was a breaker last time out at Paynesville. Good little field of 8 here for the 2-year-old filly trotters. Betting choice is this 6, CS Donata Girl. Long Tom filly out of the Donato Hanover mare. Donata Don't Gotta. Try to say that fast. We'll put that possibly in the Bill Peters race call. Was a winner last time out in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Was a 5th place finisher with Chris Lems in the bike in the first leg of the Sire Stakes. Went off at odds of 53-1 that night. I don't think we're going to quite get those odds tonight on CS Donata Girl. On your screen is the 1, Don Irvine in Extra Easy. We mentioned Don, we were joking that all the winners have come out of the 2-hole except for the dead heat and the very first race, which was won by Don Irvine. Currently at 15-1. Number 4, Annie L. was briefly in the screen there, currently at 2-1. Second choice. This one has been quite impressive on the fair circuit. can't seem to get over the hump, though. Was second in the Buckeye Stallion Series, first leg at Scioto Downs, and as we mentioned in the post-parade, or the post-post parade, was leading at the 3/4 pole and made a break in the second leg of the Sire Stakes. Didn't see the video of that, but probably cost herself a nice check that night. Again, Extra Easy on the screen. Looks like the 2 there, Green Hill Spurs. 2 wins for the OU Man filly. OU Man doesn't get much opportunity to show, but this one obviously has done quite well. Pair of wins at Hilliard and Paynesville. Has been off the board just twice, and both of those times still picked up a check at Mount Vernon and Paulding. I wonder if we're still better than the Olympic opening ceremonies.
That can't possibly still be going on, I would think. Maybe, I don't know.
I heard they're floating in boats down the river. Is that
They
true?
were.
So there's no marching. Normally
went
they had to
from
march
that-
into the stadium, but now they just float by.
It went from that to, there's a lot of, the whole thing was live. So,
Okay.
I mean, that part was kind of cool because it was like a whole, it was a really strange production. It was like a Super Bowl halftime show, but it,
Never
kind
ended.
of traversed
Yeah.
all over
How many
the
boats
city.
do they have to have?
I don't know.
And does people or the countries like, Djibouti have like a dinghy? Do they? I mean, so they only have a
I
few
don't know.
athletes. I mean, the United States probably needs a barge.
Right? Yeah.
Unless
I
they
don't
have to
know.
share boats with other countries. Somebody who's watching, let us know.
Yeah.
It's real close here for the betting favorite between the 6 Siesta Nada Girl and the 4 Annie L. Gate swings have opened. The field of 8 are making their way down the backstretch. We're going to send it up to Kenny Levengood with the call here of the 7th.
7th.
Had to look. So excited. I thought I was in double digits.
Here they come, the 1 Extra Easy's off stride. The rest off and trotting Siesta Nada Girl out looking for the lead. Count on Kenna. On the outside is trying to apply some pressure to the first turn with Green Hill Spurs. Getting away in the top flight. Then Annie L, who gets down to the cones from 4th. Tom's Sneaky Link is 5th. As they race to the backstretch. Then Skyway Bound gap of 2 to Corfu, flexing it a long way back to Extra Easy after her early miscue. So they step onto the backstretch and drive to the opening quarter mark. Count on Kenna has crossed over and made the lead, but Siesta Nada Girl will try to drive up and retake as they drive past a quarter and even 30 seconds. Siesta Nada Girl back to the point. Count on Kenna will now be the pocket sitter, 3 lengths better than Green Hill Spurs, who races in 3rd with Annie L in the 4th position. Tom Sneaky Link is next. Skyway Bound is sent to the outside by Myrick. Then it's Corfu flexing in the distant trailers Extra Easy. Down in front of the stands behind Siesta Nada Girl. Siesta Nada Girl out front by 2. Count on Kenna still second. Green Hill Spurs opts to stay at the rail. Annie L will try a first overshot for Levan with 3 lengths to pick up through an easy 101 half mile, 31 panel. Green Hill Spurs will get off the rail and follow the second choice into the flow. Skyway Bound is outside of Tom Sneaky Link. Then Corfu flexing, and there's 3/8 of a mile to go. Siesta Nada Girl the target. Annie L tries to apply pressure now at this leader's wheel. Green Hill Spurs up to the 3rd spot. Count on Kenna drops back to 4th. Then Tom Sneaky Link in 5th. To the midpoint of the backstretch they go. Siesta Nada Girl still the target. Annie L right at her throat latch, and the 2 favorites are 3 better than Green Hill Spurs after 3 quarters in 1:31 and 3. They move into the far turn. CES Donata Girl trying to repel this challenge of Annie L. 3 back to Green Hill Spurs, then a distance to Tom Sneaky Link. There's an eighth of a mile left to go. It's been all CS Donata Girl. She'll turn with the lead. Annie L on the outside, then Green Hill Spurs. Annie L tried to swing wide and gather momentum to go get CS Donata Girl, but she's still finding on the front. CS Donata Girl wrapped up, wins by a length and a quarter. Annie L second, Green Hill Spurs third, Tom Sneaky Link fourth.
Trying to get the rundown. So CS Donato Girl was pressured by Annie L down the backstretch and into the final turn, but was able to draw clear. Time of the mile 2:01 and 1 for the long Tom filly. Second win in a row. Buckeye Stallion Series win last time out with Jeremy Smith in the bike. Comes back here to take the first division of the 2-year-old filly trot. Chris Lems picks up his first win of the day, and Scott Cox his first training win.
Another good effort from Annie L, too. Just can't seem to finish the job, I guess. But, I mean, I think that was an awful tough horse she was first up at in there. Race good again, though.
They were both the betting favorites, and they proved why.
7 starts, 5 seconds. It's hard to complain with that. You know, it would be nice to get your picture taken one time. Still making some pretty good money with it.
So 5 second place would be 2.5 wins, right?
Exactly.
That's the way the purse works out. Scott Cox, longtime trainer here at Northfield Park. Not only is he the winning trainer, he's also the winning co-owner with Bailey and Zollers. 2 wins and 3 starts.
Comes the 6 CS Donata Girl over the Scott Cox stables. Bailey and Zollers, trained by Scott Cox. Chris Lems, the winning driver. She's a 2-year-old bay filly by Long Tom out of Donata Don't Gotta by Donato Hanover. Bred by Melvin Detweiler of Ohio. Second career win back-to-back for CS Donata Girl in 2:01 and 1.
We didn't see Scott Cox in the winner's circle because he's warming another one up. So the winner of the 7th.
I believe it was at Mount Vernon. Herman Hagerman won a race, and they were taking the win picture, and he was out warming one up, so he slowed down and got in the win picture.
From behind?
While jogging through.
Okay, yeah. Herman's had quite a good fair run here lately.
He has. That stable has been on fire.
The bell has made it official. CS Donata Girl, your winner. Annie L second, Green Hill Spurs. Another good effort from Green Hill Spurs. CS Donato Girl, 360, 210, 220. Annie L, 220, 220. Green Hill Spurs, 320. There are your exactas, tries, and supers on the screen. Matt, we're 35% of the way done. We're more than a third of the way through the card.
I like it.
All right, we're more than a third of the way through the card. We go to race number 8, 3-year-old Colt Pace, Summit County Fair Stakes, First Division. Purse, $5,700. Field of 7, no changes. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Welcome back. MGM Northfield Park. Jay Wolf, Matt Clark bringing you all the action from the Summit County Fair Stakes on the very, very north end of Summit County. And in fact, part of it is in Cuyahoga County. I just did a quick check, Matt. We are now ahead of Piketon. They are still on their seventh race.
What is going on down there?
They are still on the seventh race. Uh-oh. They have 71 viewers, and we only have 52. That doesn't include YouTube, does it?
It's true.
Yeah. So we got like 8,000
at least, minimum. And I'm sure people are just bouncing off to get on TVG and then coming back to our coverage. Yeah, I'm sure.
Scott Tarleton says, well, Matt J., I had a big square of lasagna, 2 slices, Texas toast, bread, salad, and watermelon. Jeez, that's cruel. We're lucky to get a snack bar hot dog.
Yeah, I brought some beef jerky with me.
By the way, the commercial for the beef jerky sponsor.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh hearing Frank Frost talk in a deep voice. If you've ever had beef jerky. Oh, he's not. He's on vacation. He's probably not listening. So, boy, that made me laugh. Made me want beef jerky too.
There's
so it must work.
Tubs of it in the office.
Okay.
So next time you're through there,
All
make sure you grab
I'll be
one.
sure to. But just listening to him, it makes me laugh. So if you don't know if you heard, there is no show wagering on the next race. And I'm really not sure why.
The 6-horse looks awful tough in there. May not want to have any bridge jumpers, I guess.
County Fair bridge jumpers?
I mean, it's possible.
Yes, it is. So thanks, Scott, for telling us what you had for dinner. And what did you have for dinner, Matt? Nada. Same thing I had.
Yeah.
If you hear static, that's not static. That's our bellies grumbling.
Me eating the microphone windscreen in front of my mouth. I've got a can of Verner's over here. I might get into that.
JD Varnell, not only is he giving updates on our feed, he's also giving them up on Piketon. So he's bouncing back and forth, giving us updates from the Buckeye Stallion Series. He recently reported that Gone Coastal won the 2nd division of the Buckeye Stallion 3-year-old filly pace. Danny Noble and Scott Betts, the combination 152-1. That's probably where everyone's watching the Buckeye Stallion
Scioto
Series.
Downs, yeah.
So I saw some of the Olympic coverage has already started. I watched rugby.
Really?
It started. Well, I guess the pool play. They have to.
Okay, yeah,
they have to
that
have
makes
pool
sense.
play, so they get the medal play and.
Yeah, that's right. They do that like
soccer,
even with baseball, soccer, yeah. All that
so
stuff,
I was watching a little bit of rugby. The little island of Fiji took it to us.
No kidding.
Yep. The United States did not fare well in Rugby 7 compared to the Fijians.
That Rugby 7 looks just
It's
brutal.
a lot of running.
It's so much running.
It's a
and then when
football
it's like
field.
the full field, like the 11 guys are just going to get clobbered. You know,
Well,
like,
isn't real rugby like 15 or 20
Oh, maybe it
people?
is. I thought okay, maybe
but
it is.
But the 11s and the 7s, but the 7s, there's a lot of field
Oh,
and a lot of
wide
running.
open. Yeah, they're just sprinting up and down
Yeah.
the field.
If you haven't noticed, you and I probably wouldn't be very good at that.
No.
we're slow.
If they needed like a goalie, they're not even a thing in rugby.
Big fat goalie. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're speedily moving through the card here. We're at race 8, which will be our 40% mark upon the conclusion of this event. 40% done, Matt. Think of that.
Well, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I mean, if like in a half hour, we're going to have 4 hours left, basically, to get to midnight.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to go to midnight. So can we make 10 races last 4 hours?
I hope
That's
not.
a lot of drag time.
Piketon's working on it.
Right.
Horses out to the track for the 8th. One is Here's Popeye. On by Here's the Stock Incorporated and Annie Wilfer Care, trained by Jessica McCowan, Luke Ebersol drives. 2, Fear of the Creek, Chris Lems drives, owner trainer John Huckstetler. Wayne Mass Jr., Jonathan Mass, co-own the 3, Noble Dale, Darren Harvey trains, Chris Hirschberger's driving. 4, Dancing Moon, Emmanuel Miller drives, trainer Herman Hagerman, owners Hagerman Racing, Reeve and Hirschberger. 5 is Mr. Legend, Nick Clegg drives, owner trainer Betty Clegg. 6, Rock the Hill, Justin Irvine driving for trainer Jessica Rogner, cones with Paul O'Neill. And the 7, Big Energy, owned by Larry and Tyler Boroff. Larry Boroff trains, Ryan Stahl drives.
That is your field of 7 for the 8th. Number 1 is Here's Popeye. Jessica McCown, another food reference, huh? Popeyes. Jessica McCown trains for Here's the Stock Racing of Bucyrus and Annie Wilfer Care of Galion, Ohio. Luke Ebersol will get the drive. This one has 2 wins on the season, the fastest of which being 153-1 at Scioto Downs. Has a win also last time out at Marysville. Number 2 is Fear of the Creek. John Hochstetler owns and trains. Chris Lems will drive. 1 win in 12 starts, 4 of 30 lifetime. Has a pair of distance finishes at Wellston and Marion last 2 times out. Number 3 is Noble Dale. Chris Hirschberger will drive for Darren Harvey, who trains for Wayne Mass Jr. and Jonathan Mast of Millersburg and Dundee, Ohio. 0 for 10 on the season, has 3 career wins. Has a win last year as a 2-year-old at Northfield Park in 152-3. Number 4 is Dancing Moon. Herman Hagerman co-owns and trains with Reeve and Hirschberger of Mount Vernon in Broadview Heights, Ohio. Emmanuel Miller will make the decisions. This one has 6 wins in 13 seasonal starts, has been on the board 10 of 13, coming off a 3rd place finish in at Scioto Downs in the Joe Adamski final late closing series. Number 5 is Mr. Legend. Betty Clegg owns and trains. Nick Clegg will drive. 1 of 17 on the season, 4 of 29 lifetime. $31,000 in earnings, coming in off a 3rd place finish at Paynesville with Jacob Baird in the bike that afternoon. Number 6 is the heavy favorite, Rock the Hill. Jessica Rogner co-owns and trains with Paul O'Neill. Justin Irvine will look to pick up his 4th win of the day with this Racing Hill gelding. Been 1st or 2nd, 7 of 9 starts this season, has a mark of 151-3 at Miami Valley, has just under $90,000 in career earnings, coming in off a 2nd place finish at Scioto Downs in the Sire Stakes, timed in 150-3. Rounding out the field of 7 is Big Energy. Larry Boroff trains and co-owns with Tyler Boroff. The Boroffs are from Tiffin, Ohio. Making a 2nd seasonal start. The first start of the season was at their hometown Tiffin. The Seneca County Fair was a 5th place finisher, timed in 2:02-4. Jacob Baird was driving that day. Ryan Stahl will drive tonight. That is your field of 7. No show wagering. As you mentioned, we have a pair of standouts here. The 4, Dancing Moon with Herman Hagerman trainee, and number 6, Rock the Hill, Jessica Rogner. Jessica's one of the top trainers here at MGM Northfield Park, and doesn't have to go far to ship this one in, if you will.
Her mom, Judy, was also quite a good trainer up in the Michigan circuit. Always had a lot of nice trotters. I mean, that last start, though, was a very good second to Clever Cody. I mean, charging hard at the wire. Actually, the caretaker for Clever Cody was a little worried, you know, when that race was going. He said he, thought that was closer than I'm sure Mr. and Dr. Ian Moore would have liked, but and Aaron.
When we were up on the morning of the North America Cup, Phil and I went to Shamrock Farms, which is where Dr. Moore trains, and Clever Cody was being given a bath, and I said to the caretaker, I said, any chance of getting Aaron Merriman here tonight? And he says, boy, I'd love it, because Aaron seems to know how to figure out Clever Cody, and kind of struggles when someone else is driving it. And I said, well, maybe you can just get a set of Aaron's colors and just put Dave Miller in Aaron's colors. The horse might not know, right?
He does seem like he's a little bit of a quirky horse to drive. He gets a little funny behind the gate, starts throwing his head around a little bit, and sounds like Aaron just kind of lets him do what he wants to do. You're not going to correct him when he's kind of in that zone, getting ready to race. And for whatever reason, Aaron just really gets along well with that horse.
Dr. Moore has a pair of jug-eligible horses.
Does he?
And one finished second last time out in the leg of the Ontario Sire Stakes. And Dr. Moore says that as long as he's healthy, Clever Cody will probably go to the jug instead of the Ohio Breeders' Championship.
Wow.
Owner really wants to race in the jug, so.
Good. He's built for it with the gate speed that he's got.
The 1-2 favorite is the 6, Rock the Hill. Getting support actually is the 1. Here's Popeye, now at 4-1. Luke Ebersol will drive that bit of a legend in gelding. Out of the Coast to Coast Yankee mare, Elm Grove in a Rush. Was a winner last time out in 58-4 at the Big M, Marysville, Ohio, the Union County Fair. There's a lot of big M's.
Yep.
Marion, Mansfield.
Yeah.
Marysville, Mansfield. Number 6 is now 2-5 on the wagering board. Not too many Nick Clegg horses this year have seen 26-1, especially on the county fair circuit. Starting gate is moving, heading into the first turn. It's the first time I really noticed the 3 sets of lights on top of the timers. There's a green light, a yellow light, and a red light. Hopefully we see green all night.
Yep.
That is a new technology that we're using at the various parimutuel tracks. Green means there's no issues on the track. A yellow means caution. Red means stop. The race has been ended. So, like I said, I hope we see green all night. There'll be 7 on the gate here for the 8th. The First Division 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, purse $5,700. Your post-time favorite is the 6, Rock the Hill. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood for a call of the 8th.
Here they come. Big Energy well behind the car. Off and pacing, Rock the Hill. Out quickly, Dancing Moon to his inside. Noble Dale flashes speed. So 3 deep on the first turn is Rock the Hill. Cutting the corner is Here's Popeye up into the 4th spot. As they round this turn and race to the backstretch, then Fear of the Creek in front of Mr. Legend, and Big Energy was slow to begin. To the top of the backstretch they go. Noble Dale, 50-1. Upset Minded for Chris Hirschberger leads the way. Dancing Moon is second, gap of 3 to Rock the Hill. He's 1-9 on the board. And he's third off a speedy 26-3 opening quarter. Here's Popeye is 4th. It's 9 lengths back to Fear of the Creek from 5th, 5 back to Mr. Legend. And Big Energy is nearly 17 lengths behind Noble Dale. Noble Dale shows the way. Dancing Moon is second. Rock the Hill is a very patient third for Irvine. Now he sends him to the outside. So Rock the Hill out in the clear trying to go track down Noble Dale. Then it's Here's Popeye who tries to catch up to the big favorite. Sliding off the rail was Dancing Moon as Noble Dale at the inside put up lively fractions of 56 seconds to complete lap number 1. As they head into the payoff lap, Rock the Hill leads the way. The lead is now 2 lengths. Dancing Moon's up to the 2nd spot. Noble Dale all in at the rail after going quick in that first lap. Now back to 4th as Here's Popeye takes 3rd. Then it's Fear of the Creek. The others far behind. To the midpoint of the backstretch they go. Rock the Hill leads the way by 3. Dancing Moon and Here's Popeye trying to battle for second as they pass 3 quarters. 23 and 3, 27 and 3 split for Rock the Hill, who heads into the far turn with a 4-length lead. Here's Popeye's taking that second spot from Dancing Moon, who's third. It's about 10 back to Noble Dale, and it's a country mile back to Mr. Legend, who's up to 5th. As they swing for home, put a ring around this 1-9 favorite Rock the Hill by as much as he wants. Justin Irvine's 4th win on the program. Rock the Hill, clear and convincing, wins by 8 in the end. Here's Popeye 2nd, Dancing Moon 3rd, Noble Dale 4th, 152 and 2.
An impressive mile, 152 and 2 by your 1-9 shot. That, like you said, is why we didn't have show wagering. Rock the Hill, Jessica Rogan, 1 for fun. Cruises home, open lengths. They got to the quarter in 26 and 3. The 50-1 shot. Noble Dale and Chris Hirschberger took the early lead. Rock the Hill came and challenged at the half in 56. Was open lengths at the 3 quarters and 123 and 3, and cruised to an open length win in 152 and 2. I don't think this one's going to be on the county fair circuit much longer. I think this is Sire Stakes material now.
Yeah, I'd say.
Or at least Buckeye Stallion Series. You mentioned it off the air that Noble Dale, when they came by the stands the first time when they got to the half, kind of threw his head to the side, and there was a flock of geese pretty close to the passing lane, and I wasn't sure if that what might have spooked the winner, but now the geese have moved on in closer to the pond.
Looking at the breeding of Noble Dale, I just noticed it now, the Ponderosa out of a Noble and Sam mare, so both of those getting up there a little bit.
Getting up there in years. Justin Irvine comes back for his 3.5 victory because he had the dead heat, but we'll give him 4. How's that? Jessica Rogner picks up her first.
Back to the winner's circle, the 6, Rock the Hill. Justin Irvine drives for trainer Jessica Rogner. Cohen's with Paul O'Neill. It's Justin's 4th trip back to the winner's circle. Real Big Gelding by Racing Hill out of Rockrities by Rock and Roll Hanover. Or by the GBW Breeding Farms. 15th lifetime win, 5th this season for Rock the Hill. 152 and 2.
I do believe that's Judy Rugner out there with Jessica getting her picture taken.
They both have halters around their shoulders. Justin Irvine.
Do we know who he waves and blows the kiss to when he comes back to the winner's circle?
You?
Well, I mean, maybe.
Maybe, but he probably doesn't know you're here. Justin Irvine was the Michigan Harness Horsemen's Association Rising Star Award winner in 2021 and also the Driver of the Year.
I would say that they
and then he turns around and he won the Peter Houghton Award the same year in Ohio. So he won the Michigan Rising Star Award, the Ohio Rising Star Award, and the Driver of the Year Award in Michigan. So
pretty good.
Quite impressive.
I'd say.
Picked up his first career win at the Ashland County Fair in 2018 with checks in the mail, 201 and 3. That's a fair I've never been to and I probably will never go to.
Ashland?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's Jug Week.
Oh, well, yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
So here's the rundown. I thought. I hear him giving the rundown, but the horses were spread out enough. I'm feeling fairly confident. The rundown will be 274, 351, 6 on the bottom. Time of the mile 52 and 2. The winner paid 220, 210. Second place, which is Here's Popeye, 280. The exact is $6. We're 40% of the way done. We moved to race number 9, 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, second division. Purse $5,700. Field of 7, no changes. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
Welcome back, MGM Northfield Park. From the luxurious clubhouse here at MGM Northfield Park, Jay Wolf, Matt Clark bringing you all the action of the Summit County Fair Stakes. There's our beautiful vantage point tonight. Off the air, I got a little Michigan geography and fair lesson from you. Number 3 is called Rankin. Immediately, I go to Dave Rankin of Zanesville, Ohio, but there's also a Don Rankin Jr., right, out of Michigan?
Yep, quite a character. Used to really enjoy talking to him. He was a very good driver, too, up at Hazel Park and Windsor Raceway.
So looking at the 3 Rankin, there's some abbreviations that Caro. There's also Hastings in Big Rapids and Croswell. But Croswell we don't have to talk about because this horse scratched.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know that much about some of those Michigan fairs. Because I'm telling you, Jay, they're like 6 hours away. Every one of them.
Everything's up in the upper not the peninsula, but
right, northern Michigan. I mean,
Grayling and all those places up there. Huh? But the 3 horses undefeated in Michigan.
Well,
they don't have charted lines, so I couldn't tell you how much he went by,
but Sam McKee would know 100% if 2-9 last quarter and 35 at 1 at Hastings was a good mile or not. Like he knew all of that stuff. The Michigan Fair scene was Sam's thing for sure.
Detroit Race Course.
Yep. He got me my first job at DRC when I got out of school. I was a camera guy in the quarter pole tower.
I know we're the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association, but we need to talk about our friends north of the border sometimes. Went to Hazel Park. I did the Hazel Park. I didn't do a double there. I did Hazel Park, but I also went one night. I caught the first few races at Swartz Creek. I caught a couple of races at Northville Downs, and then I caught the final race at Raceway Park on the way home. So
that is a big day.
I hit 3 tracks in a couple of hours. Swartz Creek, unfortunately, and Northville Downs for that matter. All the Pure Mutual tracks are now gone. Hazel Park, I always thought was funny. The stable area was behind the grandstand. So you'd be driving in the parking lot, and a horse would run in front of you. You're like, wait a minute.
There's actually a road that went through there.
It was.
Yep.
And it was like 7-mile road, 8-mile road, 13-mile. There was something mile road there at Hazel Park.
Yeah, I don't remember now. It was 696 and 8-mile, I thought. Maybe. I don't know. It's a very busy part of the Detroit metro area.
I just remember that there was a horse in the warm-ups who dumped his driver. Horse made a dead sprint for 2 laps, so what's that on a 5/8 mile track, 1.25 miles?
Yeah.
And I took my pin, put a big X through it. They're going to scratch this horse, right? Nope. Kevin Wallace got back on. They took it back to the paddock. The state vet said okay, and he won by open lane. So I'm sure that's not the way you want to warm a horse up, but that was probably 25 years ago.
Boy, Kevin Wallace, he was an exceptional driver out there. I kind of forgot about him. Post parade.
Trotters out to the track for the 9th. 1, Supreme Samson over the Hagerman Racing, Schrock and Miller, trim Berman Hagerman using Emmanuel Miller. Nick Clegg drives the 2, Mindful Amos for owner-trainer Betty Clegg. 3, Rankin, owned and trained by Judy Rogner, Justin Irvine piloting. 4, Prince Charmer, Ryan Stahl drives, trainer Jason McGinnis in the stable group. 5, Extraordinary Camp is owned by Wayne Mass Jr., training driven by Darren Harvey. Chris Lems aboard the 6, CS Full Speed for trainer Jay Weller, cones with Louise Weller. And the 7, Johnny K. Luke Eversole drives, owner-trainer Deborah DeWolf.
That is your field of 7 for the 9th. Number 1 is Supreme Samson. Herman Hagerman trains, co-owns with Schrock and Miller of Mount Vernon, Millersburg, and Fredericksburg. Emmanuel Miller will get the driving assignment. 2 wins and 15 starts this season. Last time out was a 3rd place finish at Herman's hometown fair of Mount Vernon. Number 2 is Mindful Amos. Betty Clegg owns and trains. Nick Clegg will drive. 1 win, 1 second, 1 third in 16 starts. Was 6th last time out at Paynesville. Timed in 2:07 with Nick in the bike. Number 3 is the pseudo Michigan Invader, Rankin. Judy Rogner owns and trains. Justin Irvine will get to the drive. This one has 3 wins at 9 starts. All 3 wins at Michigan fairs, Caro, Hastings, and Big Rapids. Number 4 is Prince Charmer, owned by the stable. Jason McGinnis trains. Ryan Stahl drives. 1 win, 2 seconds in 10 starts. Last time out was in a condition claimer here at Northfield Park. A 5th place finish timed in 2 minutes and 1/5. Number 5 is Extraordinary Kemp. Darren Harvey trains and reigns for Wayne Mass Jr. of Dundee, Ohio. Winless in 19 career starts. Took a bad step and was 34.5 lengths back at Mount Vernon last time with Darren Harvey in the sulky. Number 6 is CS Full Speed. Jay Weller trains and co-owns with Louise Weller, both of Republic, Ohio. Chris Lems drives. This one was winless in 8 starts last season, never on the board, and they've obviously figured something out. Has 4 wins in the last 8 starts at 3 wins at Paulding, Ottawa, Marion, and Tiffin. Rounding out the field of 7 is the 7, Johnny K. Deborah DeWolf owns and trains. Luke Ebersol in the bike, winless in 4 starts. Last time out was a 5th place finish at Marysville with Jeff Nysonger in the bike that night. So we had a Don Irvine, Justin Irvine daily double, 1st and 2nd race, both winning drivers, father, son. Do you think we could have a rolling double here in the 8th and 9th with mother-daughter Jessica as trainers, Jessica Rogner and Judy Rogner?
That would be something.
Can't write this stuff up. You can't make this up. Nick Clegg should be well rested. He had a couple races off.
Yep. For as busy as he stays, he always does seem pretty well rested. He's, he's just very laid back, it seems like, and very calm and collected no matter what kind of day he's having. Typically he'll still joke around a little bit.
When I was prepping for the North America Cup, the Trot magazine did a story, and it just says, he's a character. And I said, well, I think they're referring to Nick. He's a character. David Myrick, I think, may have thrown in the towel. He says too much time between races.
Tapped out already.
I don't blame him.
I know. I believe me.
If you want to come up, Dave, next year, we'll put you up at our house if you want. If you want to come and help us out. It's a long night.
It's a long night.
No, it'd be good right about now.
Pizza. Yeah. It would be fantastic.
7-5 choice is the 3, Rankin. Since we talked about all the Michigan connections, maybe they're starting to lay down their hard-earned money on the Enterprise gelding. Out of the Angus Hall mare, Love Ya 4 Miles. Had to be somewhat disappointing for Judy Rogner. If you look back there on June 19th at her hometown fair, a scratch did not start Judges.
Pretty good money they're going up there. They're still at the fairs for, nothing really going on. I don't know when that runs out. There is talk of trying to do an actual race meet. We used to have Jackson Raceway, which is basically just a fairgrounds, and they would have a simulcasting and an actual race meet there. And they're talking about maybe trying to do that at Fowlerville was the last I heard, which I have not. That's somewhat close to Northville, maybe a half hour to the west of Northville Downs, roughly. So, just for the health of the sport as a whole, it'd be nice if they could get something done.
Well, especially
up there.
with Chicago, teetering. I know they're racing at DuQuoin now, but they're really not racing the Chicagoland area until winter, do they?
No, I don't think.
How many different tracks have you been to, Mr. Clark?
Not enough.
Not enough?
Mm-mm.
I've been to every one within an 8-hour drive.
I've never been to Lexington. I've never been to the Red
we'll get you
Mile.
the Red Mile.
I need to go there.
I mean, obviously, I love Delaware, but it's always fun to go to Lexington because I don't care who presents the trophies. I don't care if the internet's working. I grab a beer, smoke a cigar, and watch the racing, and I go home.
Yeah.
I don't care about, you get so emotionally involved with the races in Delaware. You worry about the coverage, and you worry about, the winner's circle, who's presenting, and did Brad Conrad get his picture, and, you just don't worry about it when someone else is running around like a chicken.
Yep.
I haven't been. I guess the nearest track that I have not been to is the new one.
Oak Grove.
Oak Grove. I have not been to, and I guess we're gonna have a new one in London, London, Kentucky, or something. Corbin, Kentucky. My DuQuoin trip was always entertaining. This was before cell phones were. It was the last year of the World Trotting Derby. I drove all the way over there, beautiful sunny day. I get about 5 miles from the track, and I pass the starting gate. I said, that's not a good sign. It rained so hard the day before they didn't race because of the soupy surface. So I drove all the way to DuQuoin, Illinois to be told, they're not racing today, right? And I said, yeah, I found out about 5 minutes ago. So the guy let me in, and I walked around the track and walked through the barn area, walked to my car, and drove home. So I'm still counting that as a track visit.
Yeah.
I checked it off. So my wife always went to Florida during July, and I could never understand why you go to Florida during the hottest time of the year. So whenever she went to Florida, I would go on a road trip. So I've done Buffalo, Woodstock, Woodbine, Dresden in a weekend. I've done Pocono Downs, Monticello, and Goshen one weekend. I've done Vernon Downs, Tioga Downs on a weekend.
I haven't done any in New York at all.
Travels with Jay. It's kind of like Travels with Charlie. Was that a John Steinbeck book? Field of 7 when they're talking literature, it's going to be a long night. Field of 7 here for the 9th 3-year-old Colt Trot, 2nd division, purse $5,700. They're all behind the gate and on stride. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood.
Here they come. Off and trotting to 3, Rankin put in a quick break and is going to be last as they head for the first turn. Prince Charmer is going to be first into that turn. Mindful Amos at the inside is next, and CS Full Speed is on the accelerator early on, looking for a good spot in 3rd. Supreme Samson came out in 4th. Then Extraordinary Kemp, Johnny K to the outside of Rankin, who's the trailer. Across the backstretch for the first time, Prince Charmer leads the way by 2 lengths on Mindful Amos, who's 2nd. CS Full Speed in 3rd. Quarter time, 29-3. Then Supreme Samson, who races 4th. Extraordinary Kemp 5th. Johnny K and Rankin 6th and 7th. Far turn bound first time, Prince Charmer leads by 3. Mindful Amos 2nd, CS Full Speed is 3rd, then Supreme Samson. Rankin up on the rim, went past a breaking Johnny K and is outside of Extraordinary Kemp. They're down in front of the stands. It's been all Prince Charmer. Uncontested 3-length lead. Now that shortens down to a length as CS Full Speed cranks up the tempo. 59-3 and CS Full Speed trying to blitz to the front. Prince Charmer back to second, and CS Full Speed did that. Mission accomplished. He's on the rail and on the lead. Back to second, Prince Charmer. Then Mindful Amos inside of Supreme Samson. Rankin with 6 lengths to pick up. If he wins, he'd have to be much the best. Then comes Extraordinary Kemp. There's less than 3/8 of a mile left to go. CS Full Speed is the target. Rankin sent 3 wide. Outside of Supreme Samson, and at the inside is Prince Charmer. 3/4, 128.4. CS Full Speed. Into the far turn, lead a length and a quarter as Supreme Samson drops back. Rankin up to the second spot. Prince Charmer at the inside is third, and there's 1/8 of a mile left to go. CS Full Speed is the target. Prince Charmer at the inside, then Rankin and Supreme Samson. They turn for home. CS Full Speed's off the turn with the lead. Rankin, Prince Charmer trying to re-rally at the inside. Prince Charmer's gaining. CS Full Speed on the outside. Here's the wire. Very close indeed. I think Prince Charmer beats CS Full Speed. Rankin is third, 158.2.
I do believe Kenny called
I
that
think Kenny
correctly.
called
but
that right too.
It's
so.
tight.
Prince Charmer. Look to get up. Re-rally on the inside. I was watching wheels. If Ryan Stahl had a shorter bike, then I think we're set. What I do know is Rankin made a big effort after taking a couple bad steps there at the start.
Yeah.
Spotted the field probably 10 or 15 lengths and came from last at the quarter and put in a good effort. Finished third unofficially. I'm so confident I already put a 1 behind a 4 horse. I'm using a pen too. In pen. Ryan Stahl thinks he won because he went by the draw gate.
No, 6 did too.
But see, clearly the 4 is ahead of the 6 right now.
There it is, 4635.
4635, and the inquiry sign has been posted on your unofficial third place finisher, Rankin. So this might take a few minutes. Second win for the stable tonight, second for McGinnis. Ryan Stahl picks up his third. Jason McGinnis becomes the first one to double up tonight. We got royalty watching us now, Matt.
Who's that?
Doug Ballinger and Mike Webkenberg.
Wow.
The Deans.
Who's calling the races at Piketon, I wonder?
Might be Doug Ballinger.
Yeah.
We had him up, but we didn't listen to him.
I never turned the sound on. Hopefully there was some.
Number 4, Prince Charmer. Big gelded son of Long Tom out of the Tom Ridge Mare Charmer Hall coming into the winner's circle. We'll send it to Kenny Levengood for the official presentation. The courtesy van from the back or the paddock is they weren't sure who won, but the drivers knew who won.
Comes the 4, Prince Charmer, owned by the stable group, trained by Jason McGinnis. That's a training double. Driving hat trick for Ryan Stahl, 3-year-old bay, gelding by Long Tom out of Charmer Hall by Tom Ridge. Bred by the Midland Acres of Ohio, third lifetime win, second this season for Prince Charmer, 158.2.
Young man got a thrill there sitting on the bike of Ryan Stahl. What is a track photographer like more than a dead heat? A stable victory.
Yeah.
There's 20 plus owners.
Correct.
Now, if they could just get a dead heat with both sets of stable horse. So, it has been made official. 4, 6, 3, 5 are your top 4. From the top down, Supreme Samson was 5th. Mindful Amos 6th. Rankin was 3rd. Prince Charmer is your race winner. 158 and 2. Number 5, Extraordinary Kemp 5th. CS Full Speed 2nd. And rounding out the field, Johnny K 7th. Top down 563, 142, 7 on the bottom. Time of the mile 156 and 2. We turn the page, 45% of the way done. We go on to race number 10, which is a 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, 2nd division, purse 5,700, field of 7. We'll talk about all 7 when we come back after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Jay Wolf, Matt Clark back, bringing you all the action for the 20 race card here at the Summit County Fair Stakes. We're through 9. Matt Clark just walking away, so I'm in charge now. Thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. Just a reminder, please, you can follow along with free race programs on harnessracingohio.com. Look for the live racing feed, then you look for the Summit County Fair. They will be there. They are traditionally there a couple hours before post time. And the reason for that is a lot of the county fairs, local groups such as the Kiwanis Rotary Lions Clubs uses that as a fundraiser, and the last thing the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association wants to do is affect their sales. We like to present the information, so that's why it is available right before post time. This is one of 3 county fair events that the OHHA will broadcast that will allow wagering. Obviously here at Summit County, which is held at Northfield Park, Delaware County Fair, and then we round out that year at the Montgomery County Fair, which has been moved to Miami Valley Raceway a couple of years ago. There are a couple of lines to be announced here in the 10th. Number 3, Risky Rocker, the line to be announced from July 24th. 10,000 condition claimer was a 2nd place finish, beaten 3 1/4 lengths, timed in 157 and 3. And number 7, Jethro's Flute, in the same race, condition claimer, timed, finished 4th, beaten 4 lengths. Doesn't look like it's the same race because the times probably don't match up very well. So maybe it wasn't the same race. Timed in 59 flat for 7, Jethro's Flute. Finished 4th, beaten 4 lengths. We'll talk about all of these horses once the post-parade is concluded. We'd like to welcome those people who are watching our Piketon broadcast. Piketon will be back on the air tomorrow, Saturday, July 27th, with a 12 noon post time. That's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Jeremy Moore and Ashley Daly will be bringing you that coverage. Sunday, there are a pair of fairs. Starting at 12 noon is the Wood County Fair at Bowling Green, Ohio. Matt Clark and Steve, the cameraman here from Northfield Park, will be operating 2 cameras. If you've ever seen racing from Wood County, that is also the home of a big tractor pull, so there is a humongous bleachers in the infield. So Matt or Tom, I have a feeling it's going to, or if Matt or Steve, I have a feeling it's going to be Steve, will be on top of the bleachers in the infield to bring the coverage from the backside. Well, Matt will be under cover in the cushy front side. That post time is 12 noon on Sunday. They skip Monday, then they come back Tuesday at 5 p.m. So racing from Bowling Green is Sunday the 28th and Tuesday the 30th. Big card Sunday at 1 p.m. at the Preble County Fair in Eaton, Ohio. Monday and Tuesday, Lisbon. They'll be racing both days. First post at 1 p.m. on Monday the 29th and Tuesday, July 30th. Tuesday and Wednesday, the 30th and 31st, will be 2 nights of racing at the Auglaize County Fair at Wapakoneta. I will be there for the first day, the 30th. Trish Soulsby and I will be bringing you the action with Chris C. And Matt will be there Wednesday, the 31st, to bring you the action. While you were gone, I said Bowling Green needed 2 cameramen. I have a feeling Steve will be on top of the bleachers, and you'll be in the cushy covered grandstand. Didn't think that would be a stretch to announce that. Wednesday,
what else did I miss?
Wednesday and Thursday of this week also is Xenia, the Greene County Fair. Xenia, Ohio will race Wednesday and Thursday, post time at 6:30 for both of those. And then we conclude the week Friday and Saturday, August 2nd and 3rd in Athens, Ohio. Also this weekend, or the 2nd or the 3rd, wouldn't that be the State Fair Stakes are coming up at Scioto Downs? Traditionally held the same weekend as the Hambletonian Final. My wedding anniversary.
Really? So you're busy Saturday.
Actually, my wife and I are hosting a family event. We'll have about 45 people at my house Saturday the 3rd.
Wow.
My uncles owned the Brown Jug Restaurant in Delaware, Ohio, and they retired about 15 years ago. And one has since passed, so we host Brown Jug Restaurant night at our house. We get the old recipe book out, and we make sandwiches and soups and salads from the old Brown Jug Restaurant.
Wow.
And the family gets together, and my wife says, "How about August 3rd?" I said, "That's our anniversary." And she goes, "Well, like we were going to do anything special anyway." So there is the bugle for the call to the post. The field's coming out of the paddock for race 10. We'll send it up to Kenny Levengood.
On track for the 10th, the one is Dragons Are Fearless, owned by Sean Harville, trimmed by Jessica McCowan, Luke Ebersol. In the bike, 2, Somewhere Up, Keith Cash Jr. driving for owner-trainer Betty Clegg. Number 3 is Risky Rocker. Corey Kreiser drives, trains, and cones with Melissa Lawyer. 4, Wash the Dragon, owned by John DeSantis, trained by Logan Ebersol, who drives. 5, Cinder Lane Cruiser, owned and trained by Betty Clegg. Nick Clegg calls the shots. Six, Boys Born to Boogie, owned by Rhonda Contra, by Renee Loney, Tyler Angus in the sulky. And the 7, Jethro's Flute, owned by the Swagger Stable Trimmer, Virginia Wilcox, and Chris Lems.
That is your field of 7 for the 10th. Number 1, Dragons Are Fearless. Jessica McCown trains for Sean Hartville of Germantown, Ohio. Luke Ebersol will be between the shafts. This one is 1 win in 12 starts. That win was last time out at Marysville, a gate-to-wire effort win by 10 1/4 lengths. Number 2 is Somewhere Up, the first of the 2 Betty Clegg horses. Betty owns and trains. Keith Cash Jr. will pick up the assignment. 0 for 21 on the season. Last time out was a 5th place finish at Paynesville with Jacob Baird in the bike. Number 3 is Risky Rocker. The line to be announced was a 2nd place finisher, beaten 3 3/4 lengths, timed in 1:53 2. This one can't seem to get over the hump. This 15th start has 11 top 3 finishes, but unfortunately there's a 0 in the win column. Number 4 is Wash the Dragon. Logan Ebersol trains for John DeSantis of Gates Mill, Ohio. Logan Ebersol will drive. 0 for 15 on the season, has a win as a 2-year-old. That win was here at Northfield Park in 58 flat. Number 5 is the heavy favorite, Cinder Lane Cruiser. Betty Clegg owns and trains. Nick picked this one. 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3, and 20 starts. Winner last time out by 13 3/4 lengths in 2 minutes and 3/5 at the Paynesville Fair. Number 6 is Boys Born to Boogie. Renee Loney trains. Rhonda Cohn owns. Ryan Angus will drive. 1 of 14 on the season. Was in the condition claimer last time out. Finished second, beaten a length with Tyler Angus in the bike. And rounding out the field is the 7, Jethro's Flute. Virginia Wilcox trains. Swagger Stables of Perrysville, Ohio is the owner. Chris Lems will drive. The line to be announced was a 4th place finish, beaten 4 lengths, timed in 59 flat. Matt Clark, Jethro's Flute. Who is Jethro?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Jethro Tull.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
I didn't think you would go Beverly Hillbillies on this.
Really? That's got to be the
Jethro
most.
Tull.
All right. I mean, yeah, I know.
Aqualung, my friends.
Yeah.
Aqualung.
Yeah. There's
He's
not a
just
lot
thick.
of rock stars that played the flute.
Flute,
He
exactly.
was one.
Yeah, he was thick as a brick.
What?
That was that was one of his lyrics.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
He was thick as a brick. See, we're dating ourselves. The young kids, like Kenny Levengood, would have no idea who Jethro Tull is. He obviously didn't know who the Rankins were. Rankin. Well, it's kind of fit because he did run.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Big choice is the big heavy favorite is the 5 Cinder Lane Cruiser. Had plenty of times to see this one. Making the 21st start of the season. Has been racing exclusively at the fairs since early July. Marion, Cortland, Hilliard, Bucyrus, Mount Vernon, and Paynesville. Has wins at Cortland and Paynesville. Likes Northeast Ohio, doesn't?
I'd say.
So Barry Vickroy, when horses win, he tries to, at Scioto, he plays a song, represents the name. This one would be easy if the 7 wins.
Mm-hmm. He's quite good at that, too. Barry is amazing at that.
I'll watch Tuesday nights, and I'll text him, and I'll say, as soon as the horse crosses the finish line, I'm texting him. It makes my Tuesday nights go so much better. We want to thank everyone watching. Clifton Bell is checking in, which is pretty impressive. I literally just saw him warming up.
Really?
A little while ago.
Yeah. Figured he's probably busy tonight.
Unless Gina Marie Anthony Thompson stole his phone, because Clifton's name comes up, but her name's underneath it. Randy Price is watching from Massillon, Ohio, home of the Tigers, the Massillon Tigers. West Liberty, Ohio. Rhonda Ritter, thank you all. Tim Conkright is watching from a garage bar in Toledo, Ohio. Is it his garage, or is there a bar in Toledo called the Garage Bar?
If there is one, I'm not aware of it.
You're not aware of it?
No.
I think Tim's already posted once that he's watching from a garage bar, so I think that might be a second post.
Couldn't remember if he did it the first time. That's great. I mean, we're
Hey.
what 3.5 hours in. I could do some damage in 3.5 hours.
Tim, we joke because we want to be with you.
I know. It sounds amazing.
I told my wife, I said, don't expect me before 1:30. She says, you're kidding. I said, nope. She goes, I'll be in bed. I said, I figured. It is still light outside over our shoulders if you're watching. There's definitely the track lighting is not really taking effect. So halfway through the card and it's still daylight, that's a win.
This is what kind of gives me the false sense of hope when I come to Northfield Park, that we're halfway through the card in 3 hours, but there's 4 hours left to get to midnight, and we're almost certainly going to reach that point.
When I write stories for Harness Racing Update, I'll feature the Grand Circuit events, the Milstein and the Battle of Lake Erie, and I always put the first race post as 6:20 or whatever it might be, because I never try to say post time is scheduled for 10 o'clock, because I know darn well their feature's not going off at 10 o'clock. Tim Conkright says, I'm in my garage bar at home. Tim, how late are you going to stay up?
Yeah, I'll be driving through around 2:15, 2:30 if you still got a cold one there.
Tim's doing double duty because he's giving us updates. One more race at Piketon.
It's kind of a long day down there for 11 races, but I've never been down to Piketon. Yeah.
Have you been to Rock Springs?
I've not.
I've never been to Lancaster. I'd like to go to. Is that the last one?
Yeah,
the last one of the year?
Yeah, that's a very nice fair.
It seems a little. I mean, obviously it's when it is, but you got the Sire Stakes wrapping up and all that, and then you have this fair out in the middle. So you got to keep a horse tight for another 3 weeks after the last fair.
Right.
The field of 7 behind the gate. The heavy favorite is the 5 Cinderlane Cruiser. Nick Clegg drives that one. The field of 7 behind the gate. All on stride at this time. We'll send it to Kenny Levengood. What? Tim Conkright is watching on 2 TVs and his phone.
Here they come. They're off. They're pacing Risky Rocker. Hustled out of there. Dragons Are Fearless toward the inside, trying to keep him out in the 2 Panthers. Somewhere up, drops down to the cones, and gets away in the 3rd spot as they head around this first turn. Back to 4th and Wash the Dragon. Then Cinderlane Cruiser is racing in the 5th spot as they race on to the backstretch. They're followed by Boys Born to Boogie and Jethro's Flute. Up top, Dragons Are Fearless leads the way. Somewhere Up is keeping the hole close, so Risky Rocker would have to go back to 3rd or drive forward. They're at the opening quarter mark in 26-4. Far turn bound first time. Dragons Are Fearless leads the way. Risky Rocker parked outside of Somewhere Up. Those 2 long shots battling for the 2nd spot. Wash the Dragon is 4th. Then it's Cinderlane Cruiser from the 5th spot in front of Boys Born to Boogie, and Jethro's Flute is the trailer. Down in front of the stands, Dragons Are Fearless shows the way. Somewhere Up 2nd. Wash the Dragon now takes 3rd from Risky Rocker, who went a tough first lap. Then Cinderlane Cruiser, Boys Born to Boogie is next, and Jethro's Flute the trailer. 56-2 for a sharp half for Dragons Are Fearless. 29-3 there. Dragons Are Fearless leads Somewhere Up, who's 2nd. Back at the inside is Wash the Dragon 3rd. Then it's Cinderlane Cruiser from 4th with 6 lengths to pick up, trying to go get Dragons Are Fearless. Then it's Boys Born to Boogie. 5 to Jethro's Flute in the trailer, Risky Rocker. Across the backstretch they go. Dragons Are Fearless leads the way and leading it by 4. Cinderlane Cruiser up to 2nd, Somewhere Up is 3rd, and Wash the Dragon, 3/4, 125-2, and they head into the far turn, and Dragons Are Fearless has a 6-length lead. Cinderlane Cruiser is 2nd, gap of 5 back to Boys Born to Boogie, who's trying to take the 3rd spot away from Somewhere Up, but with 1/8 of a mile left to go, Dragons Are Fearless is off the turn with a big lead. Dragons Are Fearless in front. Cinderlane Cruiser is clearly in the 2nd spot, but it's Dragons Are Fearless right down the road. Cinderlane Cruiser was 2nd. Boys Born to Boogie 3rd, 155.
Dragons Are Fearless. Impressive mile. 155 flat. They got to the opening quarter in 26-4. Corey Kreiser wanted the lead. Was parked the whole mile. Opening quarter was at 26-4. Half 56-2. 3/4 125-2. Time of the mile 155. There's a double Jessica win tonight. Jessica Rogner, now Jessica McCown. 2nd win in 13 starts. 5 wins in 22 career starts. This one in 155-2. This one had a 2-year-old record last year at Scioto Downs, 152-3. So obviously some talent there. Dare I say, Matt?
What's that?
We're halfway done. Halfway done.
That doesn't really make me feel that good right now. I mean, it's been a long 3.5 hours to get halfway.
To where we're at. Luke Ebersol picks up his first win of the day. Luke beat his brother Logan to the winner's circle. Luke normally likes to rock the mullet. Haven't seen that. He must have his summer cut.
Cowan piloted a victory by Luke Ebersol. 3 are given by Fear the Dragon out of Rockin' and Cash by Rock and Roll Hanover. Bred by James Stanbaum and Alan Keith of Ohio. 5th lifetime win. 2nd this season. Back-to-back. 2 straight for the McCowan barn with the 1 Dragons are fearless.
I'm guessing Cam must maybe be at Scioto tonight.
Buckeye Stallion Series. There was one race when one of the races Brian had 2 in, and Bo Brown had 1 in. So
really,
Ronnie Wren drove one of the Browns, Cam drove the other, and Bo drove his own. So.
We're official.
Oh, we're official.
We just need some prices.
340, 210, 210 for your winner. Number 5, Cinderlane Cruiser, 210, 210. And your third place finisher is the 6, Boys Born to Boogie, 320. Top down, 157, 4,236 on the bottom. Time of that mile, 1:55. We are halfway done, so we're going to flip the book in half and flip it over to the 11th race, which is the 3-year-old filly trot. No changes, field of 7. We're going to talk about all 7 when we come back after these.